right, we live today, y'all. Freestyle Fridays with Rooster, cause my sass partner ain't on. But look who I got though. Listen,
What's up?
go on and give yourself an introduction. I don't want to introduce you. I want you to introduce yourself today.
All right, I'm cool with that. What's up, everybody? First off, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Lala, but a lot of people know me as College Mom. Ultimately, that name started just because I'm in college, which I actually just recently graduated with my undergrad in kinesiology. I'm also a mother of one, and I am a biker chick. I just love to ride. I started off, riding on a sport bike. Instantly learned that I wanted to go far, long distance, and then I made the switch on over to HD and never looked back.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. So let me ask you this: being that you started on the sport bike,
Hmm.
what what makes you what different what's the difference to you? What like what makes do you think the sports bike is better or do you think the Harley is better?
I think when I first started, I definitely had a need for speed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
So if you have a need for speed, then I guess you definitely want to go sport bike. Um, I recently got back on a sport bike for one of my friends. I had to help transport it, and I wasn't too fond of that crotch rock position no more. Mm-mm. I was just like, what is this? I'm just like, I can't do this no more. But when I looked down at the speedometer, I was going like 116, 117, easy, and I didn't even feel it. So
Like it's nothing.
it's totally different. The HD cruiser life, it makes you one, you're sitting more upright, you're cruising. You're just really more of a cruise. If you want to kick it up a notch, you can. Don't get me wrong, you can.
Yes.
But
Yes.
it's more about cruising, enjoying the view, enjoying the music, the nature. And I mean, you just look bomb ass no matter what Harley you're on.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, listen. So it's interesting because so I got my first Harley about my first and only Harley about maybe in 2006 I think it was, and
Okay.
it's a '07, and it's funny because I was this close to buying a Rice Rocket again. I'm like you. I started off with the Rice Rocket, so I was
Hmm.
that close. So I was talking to a friend, and he said, "Hey man, how old are you again?" I was like 36 at the time. He's like, "Man, what you think you young or something?" I said, "Come on, man, I'm 36, man. I like popping willies, and and
Yeah,
like you say,
I'm still
the
young.
speed. Yeah, the speed is just oh man, it ain't nothing like a Rice Rocket,
Nothing.
nothing like it." So I said, "Hey." I'm going to buy me a Harley. Man, you better go get you a Harley and sit your old monkey down somewhere. So yeah, I definitely feel you on that. Now, Harleys, this is your second Harley if I'm right, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So
So
last year, what was it? Last year, April 1st, or actually it was like March 30th or something like that. When I actually bought it, I was going down to the Soul Brothers event or like the Black Bike Week in Arizona,
hmm.
and I purchased my first Harley,
Oh wow.
2016 Street Glide Limited, two-tone purple. Named her Royalty. She was lovely. I get down to AZ, get to the fish fry, and not even after 20 minutes of being there, I was asked to like move my bike across the street. And in the process of doing that, some drunk driver came down and flipped a bitch, like the biggest U-turn I've ever seen in my life, and just smacked the shit out of me. So, excuse my language, but that's pretty much all. It was just like 2 seconds. It was like I was here, they was, and I was on the ground.
Hey, tell it
And
like
by
it
my
is.
royalty.
Wow, wow. Well, I'm glad to see that you listen. Now I know you knew Big Manny because I heard in the interview. You,
Man,
you
Big Manny, you know.
wait, listen.
Oh,
So
Big Manny, Big Manny, Big Manny. I miss my dog, man. Like I even
yeah,
got my patch. I still got to put on. I'm trying to
yeah.
make sure I find the right spot, for it to
Right,
line up
right,
with
right.
my vest. This side, I think. Yeah, my
There you
brother's
go.
on this
There
side.
you go. Well, listen. You know what Big Manny used to always say? He used to always say, "It's two type of bikers: those that
Is
been
it?
down and those that ain't been down yet."
There we go.
And that's real talk. I'm gonna, as we go along in the interview, we'll talk more and more about it. But Big
Mm-hmm.
Manny was, like you said, loved by all. Yeah, I
Anyone,
mean,
everyone.
I always me and Manny. See, I grew up with Manny, so I'm from Richmond,
I was
so
just
I
gonna say
grew
that
up.
means you from the Bay. That
Right.
means Richmond.
So I knew him. So the funny thing is, I used to always walk up to him. We both big dudes, and I used
Mm-hmm.
my joke to him all the time was, man, it looked like we got the same trainer. Because we got these big bellies. And we would just laugh like crazy. But yeah, good dude, loved by
All
all,
the way around.
and just yeah, miss
Truly
him
missed.
very
I
much.
mean, truly missed by a bunch.
So let me ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
that was your first trip to Arizona?
No, that was my second.
Oh, that was your second.
That was my
So
second trip.
let me ask you this: did you love it?
The ride down.
Just the whole Arizona thing, other than the accident.
Um, Let me think back now. After I got hit at the event, I
Yeah.
didn't go
Okay.
to the rest of the events that weekend.
Okay.
I kind of just chilled at the hotel, rest
Okay.
up and whatnot.
Okay.
But the experience of riding down, no, it was actually a smooth ride going down. I had no problems, no hiccups. Like I said, it was my first time riding a Harley. So
Mm-hmm.
in to start off, I was on a Street Glide Limited. It was phenomenal. The Limited came with my heated hand grips. That was
So
a lifesaver.
that is funny.
Like,
Yes. Yeah. So so what my first time going down to Arizona, I was interesting. So I'm gonna give it to you. You well rounded and much more of a rider than I am. My
I
furthest
appreciate
trip is LA. I don't. I'm a air conditioned type of.
it.
So I bought a truck. It's funny. I bought a truck just to put my Harley on, but now
Listen,
I put
I'm
it to
looking at
work.
some too because eventually I'm gonna need one
Yeah,
too.
yeah. So, but it's interesting. So, I remember I think it was like my third trip down. I was on 10 right by Blythe,
Okay.
and I look in the rearview mirror. Bike on the back of the truck. It's a halfway good looking bike. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I love it. But I look in the mirror. I see these cats smashing right, and I forgot them dudes' name out of Sacramento that they wear the orange and black. I forgot their name. Anyway, they passed me, and I get about another 3 or 4 miles down the road, and here come another pack of bikes. They blasting, and I look in the mirror. I said, "That's Manny." I see, but he got about 10 good fellas with him. So
Mm-hmm.
he passed me. He look over at me. I look over at him. We throw each other the peace sign, and Manny calls me on the phone. I'm like, wait
Didn't
a
I
minute,
just
this dude just passed me on the bike. I know he ain't got nowhere to stop that fast. Hey, listen, sound like he was in a car talking to me. He said, "Man, that bike sure look good on the back of that truck." So yeah, it was fun. But of all the bike runs,
mm-hmm.
Arizona so far that I've attended, I like the best. I really enjoy Arizona's bike run. Little too hot sometimes, but it's a lovely run. It's a lovely I you know so I like going to the Soul Brothers events. They're really cool guys. Uh Man, just down to earth dudes.
Oh,
Yeah,
without a doubt.
yeah, yeah. And so I also heard you say you ride with a lot of bona fides every once in a while.
Yeah, definitely. Those
Yeah.
are like the ones. I mean, I've always been like a daredevil and always
Uh-huh.
need the speed, but when I crossed over into Harleys, that's who I was really riding with a lot. And
Okay.
so just being around them and being the only woman, I never wanted to be the one that was like slowing them down or, oh man, she's slowing up the pack. So I made sure I stayed up, and I think that's where I got a lot of my not only confidence but experience to um, control my bike.
Well, that's a good thing because I've looked at a couple of your videos. You look very comfortable on the bike. You know what I'm saying? Now I know some women riders that you be like you got to babysit them, and you like
Yeah,
really, and so I know
and
where you're
see,
coming from
mhm.
when you say that. And I looked at you. I say, well, she looked comfortable on that bike. She looked confident, and that's a good thing. Look, most people, especially after an accident, they kind of gunshot. You know what I'm saying?
That was my
And
biggest go-to thing when I first got. That wasn't my first accident, that was my second. And
Oh, that was the second one.
yeah, so I got hit
Oh,
on my sport bike first down in LA. But
okay.
my both times I never wanted the fear to build up and stop me from doing something that I love. Like prior to me turning over into the bike life where like basketball was life. And I've always, I've suffered concussions, injuries, all that stuff. And it was like, but that was my passion. I never wanted none of that stuff to stop me from doing what I love. My peace, my tranquility, I needed it.
That's it
And
right there.
over time, bike life became that for me. So that's where my eager to get back up and ride, like I'm in a rush, like I'm trying to do some crazy stuff, but it's like this is truly my peace. It's just
Right.
truly I get
Right.
out and I'm in love, and I just wish I can explain it. Like
Yeah, ain't that a trip? Ain't that it's so I was really intrigued by when you said you went out to you rode up to Canada
yeah.
and you ended up, you know, when the person's bike broke down, you say, hey, you don't know me, I don't know you, but if you're comfortable with it, I was like, wow, because men, we ain't gonna.
Now it's like, bro, see you later. The picture,
So I'm
we'll
like, hey,
wait
bro, I
till
wait
you,
for
but
you.
we out.
I'm gonna wait with you until you get a ride to wherever it is you gotta go. But yeah, we just ain't gonna do nothing like that.
Yeah, that was I just stuck a gummy bear in my mouth. That was an
That's okay.
experience that I would say honestly, I would say it's probably my favorite ride so far.
Yeah, that's hey,
Um, 1 second,
okay. Hey, thank
because
you
I'm
all
trying
for
to
watching. Thank
look.
you all for watching. If you are new to the channel, if you ain't new to the channel, but we got College Mom Biker Chick on today. If you guys don't mind, go check her channel out and subscribe. All right, all right.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that ride to Canada was just like I said. You mentioned Bonafide, and just riding with Big Manny too. And I've ridden with in like different packs with the Goodfellas as well.
Yes.
But riding with a bunch of women, like when you look over and they look like you, and it's just like, damn, like that's me, that's you, we all doing this. It was so we had different bikes. I had my Road Glide. We had another lady on. Actually, those women are part of the Lady Four Horsemen's now.
Oh,
They
so I didn't know they had ladies now.
so they didn't. I think it's definitely relatively recent, I believe, but they are part of the Lady Four Horsemen MC out of I want to say Richmond. That's
Hmm.
Richmond, right? We Richmond over
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was riding with them. We had a street glide, we had my Road Glide, and then we had the what's that soft tail that they made? The
The
one
heritage
the
soft tail
sport glide.
or the fat boy.
The sport glide, the one that
Oh, the
pretty much
sport.
looks like
Okay.
a
Oh,
mini street
yeah.
glide.
Okay.
And
Okay.
she rode the hell out of that bike. With it being a smaller bike, the wind. I was like, yo, kudos to you. Cause I would
Without a
have been
doubt.
like,
Now, well, speaking on that, so when you said, okay, I said, so you had an accident on the street glide.
mm-hmm,
So what made you cross up? Listen, I ain't talking bad about
here
y'all,
we
cause
go.
y'all always
Uh-oh.
talking. Listen, y'all always talking that glide is the best. Come on now, I got an electric glide,
There's a huge
so that's the
difference.
same thing as a street glide. It's
It's
the
a huge
same thing as
difference.
a road glide without the fairing, without the big fairing that doesn't move. I should say. Now, I work on bikes, so I've had like I did ride the road glide down to Fresno. My
Mm-hmm.
thing is this: what made you cross over to the road glide?
So what made me cross over was I had test rided a Road Glide. I was getting like the rental ones when I went up to Fresno too. I was on that
Uh-huh.
bright red one, and because they didn't have any street glides, so they was like, "We have this Road Glide for you," and I was just like, "I'm not comfortable with it." I'm like, "I've never been on it," and the first time I rode it, I was in a turn, and I don't know. I was looking at my handlebar because I was like, "Yo, why my handlebar not turning?" I was so that freaked me out. And then I had to like realizing like the next day I felt more comfortable. And it was like, it reminded me of being on my sport bike.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
having that fairing that doesn't move. And honestly, it is lighter on my arms. When you're making slow maneuvers, you don't have the weight of the fairing on you as well.
Okay. So now, when people, to me, when people say the weight of the fairing, right, moving, I guess I just don't. To me, I don't see that because I've been on an electric line for so
Hmm.
long, and I just don't see what people,
Do
you
you
know.
tend to go like slow, like, and what I mean by like slow speeds, like have you ever done
No.
like a slow race, or have
Oh
you
yeah,
done like
yeah, 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 yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. Oh,
like you just
so yeah, you ain't checked out my video trying to slow race against Manny then.
No, I missed that one. See, I got a few videos of me catching Manny
Listen,
slow race
we
up
was
in
in
Stockton. I got a few of them out in Vallejo, but no, I must have missed that one.
we was in Reno, and Manny talked me into it. I ain't gonna even lie. I listen. I think I'm the coolest cat on the bike. Said to myself, that's just me, right? So Manny said, "Man, just get in." He said, "Man, go get your bike." I said, "No, man, I'm cool."
Mm-hmm.
So I get in one race. I barely beat the dude because he couldn't slow down. And I almost put my foot down, but just so happened he turned to put his foot down first.
He's like, boom.
So cool. All right, I won the race. I'm feeling confident now. Man, me and him end up in the finals. I'm
Oh, nice.
nervous.
Look at
Uh,
you.
look, I'm nervous though. I'm just nervous. So I say, okay, got this. Dude started the race. I immediately go right. I'm all out the line. Put the foot down. Dude say, man, come on, man, we ought to do that again. I said, man, I ain't finna embarrass myself. Man, he's sitting there on the bike,
Just
with the handle. Listen, no competition whatsoever. I'm just gonna
none.
leave that one at that. But yeah, so I'm a speeder though. I tell everybody, I learned from a guy all the signals, all the rules. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. So I'm kind of like the road captain because I know everywhere we going and things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I tell people all the time I like to ride in the back because if I ride in the front, then I'm doing stupid stuff, and I don't want you to be doing the same stupid stuff that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But they
I can't be
still
in the
want
front.
me.
I
They
can't.
they want me in the front though because I know where I'm going. I say, well, listen, when we go to wherever we need to change like a freeway or whatever, I'll shoot up to the front, get you on that road, and then I'll drop in the back because
Yeah.
I don't want to get
Same.
nobody in trouble.
If you see my video, well, it's mainly my videos on Instagram. Like I'm happy on my bike, and so you get the right song, I'm dancing, hands going
Right,
up, and I don't need y'all thinking I'm throwing hand signals. So that's why I don't like to be in the front, because the
right,
right song
right,
come on, you gonna get all of this and this.
right, right. I seen that on your video. Listen, you be feeling yourself on it. Nothing wrong with that.
I
So
do.
listen, when I noticed you put one up called splitting lanes. Now
Hmm.
I know you've done that before, but are you comfortable with that?
Yes. So, but I'm not over. I'm not overconfident. I'm not arrogant. I'm not a naive to the risk.
Right,
Um,
right,
I try to be as cautious as I can. Like, I take all the precautions that I can think of. Like, I always have my hazard lights on.
right,
Um,
right,
every, like, not even a half a mile. Like maybe every 0. I don't know, just roughly in my head, 0.3 miles. I rev my engine, but I also blow my horn periodically too,
right,
just so you know
right.
what I mean. Like, I take precautions. I also, you know, a lot of vehicles are a two-wheel drive, so the vehicle does not move unless the front tires move.
Yeah.
So I do try to, be mindful of people's front tires.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
I mean, all of it, like, but it's, anything can go wrong in a split second, which is why I constantly, like, my head is on a swivel. I had someone who commented on my video when I was lane splitting, and it was like, yo, do you ever blink? And I was like, hell no, not in the Bay Area. Hell to the no. Like,
Yes,
when I'm
ma'am.
lane
You are
splitting, my
right.
eyes is open. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. So let me ask you, how many years total you been riding?
6 years this month.
Huh? Eh,
Yeah, 6 years.
listen. You a little cocky. You a little
Oh
cocky
yeah,
now. You a
yeah.
little cocky, right?
Listen, I've been in this game for 6 years, and I would say this year alone, I probably put in the most miles I've put. and I got well over 20,000 miles since last
Oh
summer.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You riding?
definitely.
You
Because
riding?
my bike Clyde already, I got 15,000 on Clyde. Then I had the bike before that. I had already went down to AZ on that bike and got miles. And then Royalty, I got about 2,000 on her before that happened. So
Okay,
yeah, I'm well over 20,000 within the past 12 months.
okay. So you called her Clyde, him Clyde.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
listen,
my main man.
him
That's
Clyde.
my main man.
Listen, that was a great story. Can you give us that story again?
Yeah.
Yeah, give the
So
audience the story as to why you called your bike Clyde.
there's two. First, I had made a post on actually Facebook about name suggestions, and I mean it was a bunch that came in, but this one completely stood out to me because the person who wrote Clyde, they put a basketball symbol,
Mm-hmm.
and I had recently lost my brother,
Mm-hmm. I'm
my older
sorry to hear
brother,
that.
and he was a phenomenal. I appreciate it. Phenomenal basketball star, football, track, you name it, recruited
All
everywhere.
American.
I mean, all American, but was just short, but highly recruited. And unfortunately, he lost his life to gun violence. But me and him used to always just go at it. We was competition, competition, competition. But when I started riding motorcycles, that was something we bonded. He was like, "Oh my god, my sister's so dope." He was like, "My sister riding a motorcycle. My sister riding a motorcycle." He was just
That's what's
so
up.
proud. He was just so proud. And
That's what's up.
so when I seen that, I was like, damn, it just made me think of my brother because my mom always called him Clyde, and whatever woman he was with, that was the Bonnie. So it was just all of that, and then also because when I'm on my bike, I slightly have an alter ego, and
that's
I feel like Bonnie. I feel like I'm a badass. You can't tell me
that's
shit.
that little bit of cockiness right there.
Just a little, just
That's what I'm
a
talking about.
smudge. It's like I feel like everybody gets it on a motorcycle. Like when you sit on your bike and and don't have a reflector visor. Oh my god, you close that down. Nobody know who you are. You just get this superpower of bombness. And
Hey,
so yeah, it just fit full circle, like in remembering like my brother, bonding, being able to take him on these rides with me, and then also feeding into my alter ego. It was just
that's what's
perfect,
up.
and we've literally grown a bond. Like and that's another reason why I feel so comfortable on my bike. I cannot stress that. Like I love my bike and my bike love me. Like I feel it. And like I trust my bike. I make sure its maintenance stays up to date. Like the more you ride, you get to feel your bike. They communicate to you. They tell you, hey, this is off. This don't feel right. And that's why I have the confidence that I have when I'm on my bike.
Hey, I love to hear you say that because I got a bike in the garage now that I'm working on. I just finished putting handlebars, forks, cowbells on,
Okay.
and a good friend of mine, and it's interesting because he's new to Harleys. He's been around motorcycles all his life,
Uh-huh.
but he's new to Harleys, and he always says, "Oh man, I think I need this or I think I need that." I said, "Man, listen, ride your bike. Your bike going you're gonna know the difference. When
Mm-hmm.
something's wrong, you're gonna know it. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, I don't need the crowd to ride. I bought my bike, you know what I'm saying, to ride. So like you said, I love when you said you got on your bike and went to Reno and just did your thing. I do that. I do that. I go to Reno on my bike, stay up there for an hour, turn around and come back home.
And come right back. Look, you will find me at the crap tables real quick. I would listen. Who is my Isaiah? That's my homie. Shout out to what is the name of that thing? Whatever, I can't think of it. The Nugget.
Uh,
Isaiah, that's my homie. I love going up there. You just have a good time, and it's not even about gambling. You guys
right,
gamble
right,
responsibly, drink
right,
responsibly, all that good stuff. But it's going up there, seeing the ride, the nature, and you around good people. Like I learn a lot when I'm over there at the casino. Like all the older people, I sit and I listen. That's what
right,
I really expected and what I wanted coming into this bike set. And I'm
right,
starting to notice that now with my audience growing, I have the opportunity to sit down with big legends and people who've made progress in this bike life, and I'm just beyond grateful for it because I was getting a little nervous that the black bike set was going in a different direction, and not
yeah,
so much
yeah,
going back into community based. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong, we
yeah,
all love
yeah,
to party, have a good time, but I want to learn and give back and inspire so many, everybody, even if we're just riding our bike. So what? This person doesn't have to ride a bike, but them seeing me doing what I want to do and doing my goals, it's going to inspire them to continue to do theirs and whatever it may be.
Hey, listen, you got a good story. Hey, listen, when you said you rode your sister down to Fresno, I
Oh
was
man, that
like,
was
oh, that's what's up right there. That's what's up. Listen, because you're pretty young, right?
yeah. I'm
I'm
28.
I'm see the youngsters. When I was 28, you couldn't have got me. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. At 28, my 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 ex-wife's brother, I mean cousin, bought a Harley. He kept saying to me, "Man, you need to get a hog. You need to get a hog." I'm like,
Old
"Man, that
man
old
bike.
man crap." Yeah. And then he became a soul brother. So he was a soul brother for like 20 plus years. He moved from here to Arizona. He was in the Arizona chapter,
Mm-hmm.
came back and was the vice president of the Richmond chapter before he retired.
Okay.
Listen, the funny thing is he used to always try to get me in. I'm like, man, that old man crap. I ain't getting on that old tank. Hey, but I tell you like this.
It's different now.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of young people are in it, and it's the Harley scene. Hey, I tell everybody, you know what a lot of us old heads say. Them, not me, but a lot of old heads say, man, them youngsters, they ain't. I say, man, I don't care what you say. Youngsters got flavor. Everybody want to be like them. Y'all better take notes.
Listen, don't
y'all
get
better.
me wrong. I'm young too, but I'm also got that old spirit. I've always been like that.
Uh huh.
So I love seeing the turned up bikes, the stunting, the sideways. I love all of that. But I also
That's
still want to learn the history,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because what people forget, or maybe people do know or they don't care is once upon a time we weren't allowed to ride these bikes. You know what I mean? So it's like I want to make sure that I know, wow, I'm riding these bikes. I'm showing everybody that came before me like that respect, because at one point in time people had to fight and do different types of things to allow us to be able to turn these bikes up and go sideways and ride up and down these streets. Like, it's so much history, and I feel like sometimes we lose sight of that, and we lose sight of the bonding sometimes. I'm not trying to knock nobody,
Right,
but I do want
right.
to bring all that back because we're awesome. Like, we as black Harley riders and just riders in general, like, we're awesome, but we could be so much more. Like, everything is great. I love going to places and seeing so many people that look like me as riding bikes, whether you old, whether you young, you in between, we all can learn so much from everybody. I love it, and I just can't wait to see till we all get it even bigger, better, back to where it was in new elevations. That's what
That's
us
what's
young
up.
riders bring. We bring new innovations,
Hey,
but we got to also remember our foundation where we started from. That's all.
that's what's up right there. Hey, listen, that's a great analogy of it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, real fast, you knew. Thank you for subscribing to College Mom's channel.
Oh yeah, just seen
Hey,
that. Appreciate it.
listen to this. Listen to this. You knew. Go on and tell her what my nickname for you. I call you knew the egg slinger. You knew a chicken. She got chickens. She got about 1 million chickens, and they slang eggs.
Oh, okay. Ain't
So
mad at you.
so back to you, Color Mom, because this ain't about you. You knew you. I catch you on somebody else's channel. thank you for watching though. But
Much appreciated.
listen. So my question to you is: do you think women get enough respect on the bike set? The women riders, I should say.
I feel like we have to earn it.
Right.
Um, no matter what, because of stigmas, and you have to prove that you don't fall victim of that stigma. But I do feel like the game is changing. It's so, with even in the past 6 years that I've been riding, I've seen a huge increase in women riders. I mean, from sport bikes to Harleys to Sportsters, 883s to road glides, everything in between. Hell, I've seen women with big wheels, like they going crazy. Um, so I definitely feel like there's women are getting more respected. We are getting more miles. We are outside more. But I do feel like we don't get to just come in on a bike and they be like, "Oh, okay, you cool," or whatever. Like, mm, you have to prove that you really know what you're doing. You can look
Yeah,
cute on a bike,
yeah,
but that's only going to take you so far. And I don't like that
exactly,
concept, because at the end of the day, you playing with your life. So,
exactly,
um,
exactly.
I don't, I don't recommend that. But if you really into this life and you want to ride and shit, you just so happen to look cute on the bike, then hey, I ain't mad at you. Do it because I'm doing it too.
That's
But
what's up. That's what's up. That's
but
what's up.
don't get into it just to look cute because
Right.
it is dangerous.
Right. And that's y'all hear that, right? Any of y'all thinking about getting a bike, y'all listen to College Mom. She telling you what's real right here.
Yeah,
Don't
get
do
into
it just
it
to
for
be
you.
cute.
And listen, another thing, ladies, I really want to stress this, especially leaving from these events. I'm not no hater. Please be mindful and careful that you know these men and you trust them with your lives getting on the back of these bikes. I really want to honestly. I think I need to sit down and do a video myself
Yes,
because
ma'am.
I
Yes, ma'am.
care about us. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, we have lost a lot of riders in the years. Just the riding season's just starting, and I
Yes.
see so many, that just want to get on the back of a bike, and not even just mines. I'm not saying get on the back of mines. Like anything can happen, but just be mindful that you know this gentleman or this lady or whatever, and you trust them with your life.
Amen. Amen. That's real talk, y'all. That's real talk. Hey, well, listen, I'm really enjoying this. So let me ask you this. So what was your first bike set event?
Mm.
Can you remember back?
I think I was actually a prospect for a social club when I first came in. I
Uh-huh.
didn't know it was a social club at the time. I didn't know the difference between an SC and MC.
Right.
But Pretty in My Pink from the with the twins in Marin, if you guys
Oh
know
yeah,
them.
yeah. I know them. I know
Yeah.
them.
So
Yeah.
when I first came in into the bike life game, the Latanya was my son's daycare teacher. So that's kind of
Okay.
how I got introduced to her and joined her club or started prospecting. And I think the first one we went to, I really want to say was a Goodfellas event
Okay.
that I went to. And it was cool. It was love. I had my little prospect vest on. I was a lot fatter back then. And I was on my sport bike. So
Hmm.
it was nothing but love. I stayed
Yeah.
with it, sticked
Yeah.
with it. I haven't prospected for another club since then. And it's nothing bad or nothing. I just think with my schedule, I didn't have really the time to commit to it.
Right.
And then also I didn't want to just join a club to join a club. I really wanted it to be like another set of family for me. I really wanted
Right.
to be able, growing up in my lifestyle. If you guys check out my video on that, you can check that out because it's a long story. Um, I just really wanted to be able to create myself and surround myself around family. And so I haven't, not saying nothing bad or ill, but I just haven't gotten that far yet. Now, maybe with me graduating, I'll be able to check out and prospect
That's what's
more.
up.
But I definitely, want to be able to feel half sisters, in this game, which I know I do, but it's a different story when you got that patch on your back.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Let me ask you this: is there any club you have in mind that you may want to join?
So I think the club that would honestly have the heaviest and would probably be the Road Queens.
Uh
And you are the first person that has ever got that response from me.
huh.
And the reason being is because one, it comes with a lot of history, and they are overall well respected, and that's Manny had literally pulled me out when I got hit last year.
Hmm.
I didn't have my bike, and Manny was like, "I want you to come up to Stockton real quick. I want you to meet the Road Queens." He was like, I see what you're doing. I see how you ride, and if I got to recommend anybody to you,
Hold, let's
I'm gonna
stop
tell
right there. Stop right there. Swoop like me. If you hear this, you hear this young lady right here, right? She a road queen. Swoop like me. You better look this young lady up and subscribe to her channel and talk with her, and y'all get to know one another. All right. Back to you.
Oh yeah, no, of course, no problem at all. Yeah, he invited me up there to the Road Queens. It was like a day picnic they were having,
Uh,
and he made sure that I met them. They showed me nothing but love, and just kind of learning about their history and their mandatory rides. Like that was exciting to me. Like, oh
yeah.
yeah, I'm required. Stuff like that is excited me. But I think last summer I ended up started riding with Bonafide a lot due to my partner Ant A&T.
Yeah.
Long live
Yeah.
him. Man, sad day. But once my partner started riding with Bonafide, he started inviting me, and that's just kind of where my whole familyhood from where Bonafide started,
That's
and
what's
that's
up.
kind of
That's what's
where it
up.
is.
Yeah, Bonafide. Yeah. So it's funny because I know one of the co-founders. He comes over quite often, and we just sit in the garage and talk and
Talking about which one?
Slim, talking about Slim.
Oh, okay.
He,
I know you
yeah,
talking about. Look, I
yeah.
know you
So
talking about.
hey, so he come over and we kick it from time to time. You know what I'm saying? But uh, it's amazing how I've watched those guys grow. Man,
Yeah.
hey, Bonafide, hey, they pull up deep now. I'll be like, man, that's what I'm talking about right there. So it's interesting now. I've never really contemplated joining the club because of the simple fact that I do a lot of different. I love my PlayStation 4. Family, grandkids. I got grandkids up to
Yeah,
yin yang.
it's an obligation.
So then work and trying to make things happen. But it's funny because I actually grew up in the Roadrunners.
Okay.
I lived around the
Richie
corner, man.
Roadrunners.
Yeah, listen, Big Jesse. A lot of people don't know Big Jesse. Rest in peace. He was my neighbor across the street, and
Mm-hmm.
he used to pay me and my friends to come in there and clean up the days after the party. When I was like 6, 7, 8 years old. I
Oh
actually used to
wow.
live right directly across the street from their clubhouse when it was on Second in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And the we so I've been around the motorcycle set a long time. But I didn't start riding motorcycles until I was 18. And when I got on the two wheel, I ain't gonna even lie to you, it was a little bitty YSR 50, little bitty bike. I mean, you know,
Hey,
and
we all start from somewhere.
bought me a Ninja 600. I'm gonna tell you a funny story about that Ninja 600. So that's when I learned how to pop wheelies.
Mm-hmm.
So I come down Harbor Way one day down in Richmond. Oh man, I'm getting it, and
Uh-oh.
I'm on the back wheel, and the police sitting right there. So I call myself out running this cat, right? And pretty much so I had got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
But me being young and dumb, not really understanding these things is way more powerful than you know. So I get on Harbor Way, I mean on 580, and oh man, he lost. Man, why I get off a regatta and almost kill myself? No helmet. That didn't have a helmet law back then. Look, I'm really showing my age. Hey,
Listen, I learned the hard way. You see, I got this right here on my lip. I learned the hard way. I'm
yeah,
gonna keep
yeah,
my helmet on. I'm not moving my bike nowhere without my helmet.
yes, ma'am. End up falling at about 95 miles an hour. Got up, ran off, got away. But listen,
That
the funny
adrenaline was
thing is,
pumping.
all these people was trying to help me until they saw the police was chasing me. Then they were trying to catch. So yeah, that's a funny story. But anyway. So with that being said, what's your favorite run now? Do you have a favorite?
um, no, I don't. No, I don't think I do. I mean, I've done the AZ like ride probably the most. Because I've been to AZ 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
One, two, yeah, three.
Mm-hmm.
But no, because I feel like there's so much more that I still want to do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
actually going to be announcing my big ride. I was trying to figure out if I want to announce it today or if I want to wait till June 1st. I
No,
don't really know.
listen, you do that on your channel.
No,
I watch
no,
it.
I know, no. I'm not doing it here. That's why I'm just
Right,
saying.
right.
Like, I'm trying to figure out if I want to do it now or wait till like June 1st. But I do have a big ride coming up in July. It's going to be my furthest ride ever. Um, yeah, so that one's probably going to be my favorite. But I don't know. I feel like I haven't done enough rides to be
Okay.
able to say.
Okay. Listen. So I tell people all the time. I try and let me cut that. Let me cut that down because I'm getting my feedback in here. So I'm trying to make some moderators in there because I got some people that rock with me from time to time. Anyway,
Okay.
you can't hear the echo now, can you? Oh no, see, I can't hear you now. I'm gonna have listen. I'm gonna have to make y'all moderators in some other time. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, uh, it's funny because my favorite run right now, I got two of them. It's really I've been to quite a few. I've been to the Soul Brothers in October in Las Vegas. I've been to Rare Breed Las Vegas. I've been to Rare Breed LA. Oh my goodness. You talk about live, but
I was there
just,
last year.
oh
I was
my
pissed.
goodness, super packed.
Somebody knocked Clyde over down in LA. I was
Oh,
pissed
see, yeah,
on some dumb. Yeah, so
yeah.
yeah, I don't know if I got a favorite ride yet. I got some memories on these rides though.
Right, right. Yeah, so, but you know what's interesting to me, and I tell
Thank
people
you.
this all the time. Uh, when you're out there on that bike, it's like you say, it's you, your music, and your bike. And your bike, your tune and all of that. And I tell people this all the time. Riding down Interstate 5 on a motorcycle is totally different than riding in a car. It's like the whole world is just,
Right
oh
there.
man, it's right there. I'm like, listen, I tell people ask me all the time, man, how do you do it? I'm like, man, how do you not do it? You need to experience it.
Listen, I'm not trying to force nobody into nothing, but you can only understand if you are a rider. When they say real
Right.
riders understand, it's the truth. Real riders understand. Like there's, I don't have to explain it to you. I can just tell you, boy.
Hey, listen, man, it's like you said in the
Hey, we got
beginning, it's
Vegas in the house.
unexplainable. Hey, thank you, Lexus RoboCop dude. I hope you're enjoying your trip. We are from Northern California,
Yeah,
so
up in the Bay.
right. It's totally different than Southern California. It's interesting. Everybody here in California, they think everything is so close together. It's like, oh, you from California?
Man.
I'm in Los Angeles. Come see me. I'll be like,
Yeah,
man,
see,
it's
that's
Los Angeles.
another thing. And that's why I have a lot of miles because baby, it's hard to get out of California. It's only two ways to get out this damn thing, and you gotta go
Um,
all the way down into LA and then cross over. Like there's no easy way out of California.
please tell them again.
It is no.
It's interesting that I listen to all the brothers back east. Oh, you
They
seen
be
the
going
brother
from the top
yesterday?
all the way down to Atlanta in like 6 hours, and I'm like, bro, it
Right.
takes me 6 hours, like 5 hours to get to LA.
L.A. Oh, you originally from L.A. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, you knew the chick ex-lady you from L.A. Wow. Anyway, oh, hey, Lexus RoboCop, man, you was in the Bay and you didn't even hit us up, man. What's
Oh
happening?
nah, in the Bay we be like.
Yeah, yeah. But I tell people, I say, listen, man, y'all hit all them states. I mean, man, the states is probably big as one city in California. Of course, you gonna hit 23 states in 10 hours. You know what I'm saying? Of course, yeah. It take if we was to go from the top to the bottom, that's 14, 15 hours. It's like a drive across Texas.
No, really, it is.
Really, I try to tell them that.
Because
They
Texas is long when you go this way.
sideway, yeah, from
But if
side
you
to
go from
side.
top
Yep,
to bottom, bro,
yeah.
you about to spend a day in California.
Exactly, and that's what I tell them. I say, listen, you think California because you're looking at it this way, but you look at it that way,
And
up
we
and
got
down, yeah,
mountains. You understand? We got mountains that
yeah,
you got to go around. We
yeah,
can't just go straight through.
yes,
Everything
yes,
takes
yes,
I
yes,
go
yes,
around.
yes,
So,
yes.
but I do plan on doing eventually getting out there to the East Coast and the South, like checking out Myrtle Beach bike. You know what I mean? Daytona bike. Like that stuff is it's huge. It's massive. I almost feel like you can't call yourself, I don't want to say a real rider, but a real rider that travels if
Right,
you ain't been
right,
to
right,
those events.
right. Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna be a real rider because if I
A real
go,
rider that travels. You know what I mean?
look, if
There's
I
levels.
go, it's gonna be on the truck. Listen, my little
Hey,
cousin. Matter of fact, about an hour and a half ago, my little cousin, she just moved to Alabama. Her son's going to college, and
uh-huh.
she just sent me out the blue. I mean, me and my little cousin. Hey, shout out to you, little cousin. She's actually in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, at Black Bike Week right now.
Oh
And,
man, I would
and,
love to be there.
yeah, and but you see, Big Sale. Oh, listen, man.
Hmm.
He said he went to. You knew was in Vallejo 2 years ago. Well, you knew I ain't gonna hold you to that one because we didn't know each other 2 years ago. But if you ever come back to Vallejo, I'm 8 minutes away.
Look, I'm just
But
over the bridge.
right.
No,
So yeah, it's interesting because I didn't even know she liked those type of events. So wow. Okay,
you never
cousin,
know.
enjoy
No, you
yourself.
never know.
But I see Big Sale put on that Tampa band jamboree this weekend, trying to
Yeah.
yeah. See, I don't know. He say the people in South Carolina don't treat you right, so that's why he put on his event. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. That makes
it's
sense.
he
Yeah,
said,
no, huge. You know who I was talking to? Meatloaf out of from New York,
uh-huh.
Rock Boy Nation. Like I'm the Rock
Okay.
Boy Nation. Rock Boy. I think it's lifestyle cycles. My goodness, let me get it together. He got a lot
Okay.
of stuff going on, but
Yeah, it's okay.
not even to take over like your platform or his stuff.
Oh
But
no,
he
no,
was
no,
sitting
no,
there
no,
telling me
dude.
about the whole motion or of Rock Boy is to be able to provide Black people
Mm-hmm.
our own set of motorcycles, our own
Mm-hmm.
brand, our own logo,
Right,
like there's
right,
nothing harmful, to
right.
inclusion, but also something just for us to be able to have and provide. And I was like, yo, that's epic. Like, you know what I mean? I like not everybody thinks like that, we're just on a,
Right.
oh, hey, let's do this, let's do this. And he's on a whole nother platform, like, yo, it's
That's
Rock Boy. Like that, it's
that's
it's
what's up.
crazy.
That's
I'm
what's
like,
up.
I was like, I
That's
never
what's
even
up.
thought about that. I just want to sit there and pick his mind. So if I ever get to New York, Rock Boy Meatloaf, check it out. I'm coming for you.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, you heard that? She coming for you.
Oh,
Listen.
listen, let me rephrase that. I meant coming for you as an interview because baby, his
Right.
pinwheels, I ain't touching shit. I ain't touching shit.
I heard that. I heard that. So listen. So you actually about to be a brand, huh?
Yeah,
So tell the people a little about that.
um it's crazy because my IG name really just started off of just clarifying what I do, and which is just college, motherhood, and my bike life. But over the past, I say 6 to 8 months, I've been reached out and just notified that I inspire so many because I do so much. I've been through so much, and I still continue to have a positive attitude. I continue to strive for my dreams, and I ride a big ass bike.
Ah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Like, and but along the way, like I had to sit and think, like, what would I be promoting? And ultimately, what I promote is to be you. Be you. Be proud of you. Don't let nobody detour you from nothing. Because all my life growing up, I was always told, I was a tomboy or I looked like a dude or whatever the case may be. People made fun of me because I was always into sports. And I grew up with two brothers. But now it's like, them same people that was making fun of me want to be my friends now.
Hey,
I'm the
listen. You heard the song "The Girl Next Door."
so it's like, I want people to know, like, do you not to sound like a cliche, especially with the modern day, the way
Right, right.
society's going, but no one can tell me what defines me as a woman. I identify as a woman. I'm gonna be a woman, and you can't tell me that my haircut makes me a man. Like, you can't tell me that. I'm gonna
Right.
be me. I'm gonna do me. And I just want to be positive. My life has been living hell. Check out my page. You guys can see it's a full story on, clips and stuff that I've been through. Foster care, getting custody of my sister, my brothers being murdered, one being shot, and my mom getting cancer. It's just been a hell of a life for me. By the time I was 21, I had two kids. I had my son, and I was raising my sister who was 7 years younger than me. On top
Right.
of putting them through private school, working, going to school full time, working full time. Like, I've just had so many things stacked against me. And I just want to show everybody, no matter if you didn't have the support, if you felt like you were alone, you can do it. I mean, there's times in here where I'm like, what am I doing, man? I got so much shit on my plate. But it's the people that tell me, oh my God, like you're so awesome, you're so badass. I can't believe it. Like, I get men that come up to me like, yo, I want to be like you when I grow up. Like,
Hey,
they like, you're just so badass, and you do it, and your energy is so positive. And like, I don't understand, how are you so positive with everything that you've had to encounter? And it's like, I just know it has to be done. And I know I want to change so much for my family because my family's been through so much generationally. It's just ridiculous that I don't want my son to have to get it out the mud or stuff like that. It'll be like, I did this by myself. I want my kids to be able to have one up and have access to other resources, that they don't have to fight or feel like they're losing out on something because they had a disadvantage growing up, and et cetera, et cetera. No, we gonna make a way
hey, that's perseverance, and on top of that, that's black love right there.
all the way around.
Cause listen, how many of us are taking a family member, let alone we a lot of them don't even want to take our own kids. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
Hey,
this pandemic parenting is a whole. My son is still homeschooled. I mean, thank God school just finished. So the pandemic parenting is a whole different ball game right now. You know, parents back in the day used to send your kids to school after school program. They'd be gone from like 7:30 to 5:30, 6 o'clock.
hey,
No.
you want to hear the funny story now? I say about my kids. I got two kids. They one about to be 30 and the other one is 32, about to be 32.
Uh-huh.
I tell them right now, I'd trade both of them in for a Cadillac.
No.
I
Look,
trade
I
both.
don't even
Hey,
need two
listen,
Cadillacs. I'll just take one.
I just need one. That's it. Right now. Anybody. Hey, anybody. I trade them in for a Cadillac. Anybody got a Cadillac out there and want two kids? I trade you. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
hey.
it was definitely, touching on that. Like raising my son is definitely one thing. You know, when you're a parent, you have a baby, there's that. I'm the parent, I'm the child, But when you're raising your sibling who is 7 years younger than you, it's like some
And she
boundaries get tested,
and she's a college student now too, right?
She's a college student. She's actually just finished her sophomore year,
That's what's up.
4.0 student. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell because the whole world is creepy as hell out there, but she's
Right.
at Berkeley Black College, full ride, no debt, no paying nothing.
That's what's up.
I'm damn proud because, baby, these schools got me $250,000 for 4 years. I don't know.
Hey, you doing your thing. You doing your thing. Listen, you doing something right. I tell you that right there.
I appreciate that. And
I
that's one
tell you.
thing that I know is I look at them and seeing their success and seeing their brain click and clack and make correlations lets me know that I've done something right. No matter what, if I made the wrong choice here, there, didn't invest that or whatever, I know when I look at them that I've done something right. And like I just recently graduated and my little sister showed up and showed out. I mean, just to see her understand all the sacrifices that I've made to ensure that, she was raised by family, me. And it was just phenomenal. Like it just broke me down to see her so proud of me
That's
after
what's up
everything
right
we done
there.
encountered.
That's what's up right there. That's a great story. Because
Thank you.
I look at it. My kids lost their mom about 4 years ago, and my
No,
daughter,
I'm so
yeah,
sorry to hear that.
and my daughter. Thank you. And my daughter is actually she took on three siblings. So actually four. So she has one in college in Texas, and then she has two about to graduate next month, and they're off to college. And then
That
she
is
has
a
one. So
blessing.
she's doing her thing. So listen, women, I tell you, y'all stronger than us because we be like, hey man, you better finish high school and get on about your business. You know what I'm saying? But you making sure they doing what they supposed to do.
No, yeah, I didn't just
That's
turn. She turned 18 and kicked her out. Nah, nah, nah. Like even
yeah,
now,
yeah,
I just got off the phone with
yeah.
her not too long ago before I hopped on here.
That's
But
what's up.
she's an adult now. She makes her decisions, but she definitely still calls on me if she, any questions, whatever, blah blah blah.
Hey,
But I actually appreciate you sharing your story because sometimes we all feel like we're alone, or you get caught up in doing your routines. You don't realize that there are other people out there like you. So to know that it's reassuring to know that there are more Black women that extend that same love and remember the importance of family. You know what I mean? And so many people, we get caught up in our selfish, I don't say
yes,
selfish, but we get caught up in our daily lives. And it's like, oh, that's not my problem. I'm not about to deal with that. But it's like,
right,
that's not what a
right,
family is.
right. Hey, listen, that happens all too often.
It,
All too often. You know what I'm
so
saying? That's
kudos to her. Shout out to you too, because
hey,
that means you guys have raised an amazing individual who understands the important and values of family. Because that's what I stress to my kids. We're gonna take care of our household, our family, first and foremost.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I
Can't,
appreciate it.
can't have it no other way. Can't have it no other way. You know. Hey, listen. So, we've been on for almost an hour. I ain't gonna hold
Man,
you
I'll
too
talk,
much
I'll talk
longer.
your ears off. I
Hey,
love to
listen.
talk.
No, that's me. Hey, listen. I talk you up under the table, pull you out, and put you on top of the table, and say, "Hey, let's talk some more."
Man,
But
listen, that's why one of these days, when I think I'll tell you this quick story. I think I was already in foster care at this point. So I was probably about 10, 11 years old. And my granny, she looked at me and she said, I want you to write a book. By the time I was 10 or 11, she was like, you've already been through hell. And she's like, you're going to have an amazing story to tell. And I started writing. It was like 3, 4 pages that I wrote. I swear I was like 10, 11 years. I still have that piece of paper, the same piece of papers. And every 2, 3 years, I pull it out and I look at it. And I'm just like, one of these days. I'm going to get started on it because I just graduated. I'm a first generation college student and probably like 3 generations or 4. I don't even know on my side of the family. And I'm pursuing my PhD. I'm doing so much in between and along the way. Like my life is like a crazy movie. And I definitely think that my granny was right. I'm going to have to write a book. I really am.
So listen to this. To piggyback off of that, look up Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing.
Okay.
You can
See,
write.
that's why. See, look. So I love this. We sharing is caring.
Yeah. Hey, listen. You can write your book, put it up on Amazon. They'll sell it for you.
And that's the
And
man. That
and it don't cost you a dime to actually let them. You don't have to go through a publisher or none of that. It's right there. Can't nobody steal your story. You know, it's all done through
published.
Amazon. Bam. They sell it. They can sell either a hard copy, audio copy of it, or they'll sell the downloadable copy. See what I'm saying?
Oh, you got my brain going
It's
already. I'm
right
like,
there. Listen, it's
what?
right there. It's right. Hey, listen. I thought about writing a book and I did start. I was about 18 pages in and lost it. I don't know what I was.
Hey, writer's block is real. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like
yeah.
when I was younger, I used to do a lot of writing, a lot of poetry
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It got me through that rough time in my life. But writer's block is real.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
is. It is. But I got a great story as well. So yeah, yeah. Hey,
share it,
I
man.
think we
But you
all
know,
I think we all got a great story.
it's,
Everybody's got
and
one.
that's what makes it so inspirational. Is why I feel like everybody should tell their story because we all can use different aspects of our life to inspire other people, and then it also lets everyone know that hey, you may be down on yourself and hard on yourself because you think you went through it alone, but you're not the only one. Like that stuff. Unfortunately, sometimes I wish like there's certain instances where I wish a lot of people did not relate to the fact that losing a brother to gun violence. I wish so many people did not relate to that. But
Uh,
unfortunately, the truth of the matter is there are.
yeah,
And but that it gives me that sense of community. You know, as human beings, we want to be included. I don't care what you guys say. Like
without a
you can
doubt.
be anti whatever you want to be, but you're still a part of something. You're part of the anti whatever group. That's just kind of what we naturally do as human beings. So to be able to make those correlations, whether if you're writing a book or even doing these videos, audios, getting it out there. I don't care if you got 10 subscribers, 300 or 300 million. That one or two person that you get, like I swear, not to sound like a cliche, but that's all it takes,
That's
for you
what's
to
up.
keep going.
That's what's up. Okay, you knew. Well, spit your question out there, and we're gonna
Go
let
ahead.
College Mom answer
I'll stop rambling.
it. You knew be on it. I like I met her through the Road Queen lady, Swoop Like Me.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Look at
I met
that.
her on Swoop Like Me channel.
I'm
You
about
knew
to check that channel out.
you gonna throw the question out there, you knew, or you gonna look at the screen and have us just keep talking.
She got a deep question. She
Right,
writing
right,
it
right.
out.
Okay, you knew. Well, we gonna keep talking until you throw it up, and then we'll go from there. So look at this, Tony Bishop, my partner. What's happening with you? What's happening with you, Hans?
Man, I appreciate all y'all tuning in.
Yeah, hey, this is the best live stream I've had thus far.
Let's get it. And we ain't
I
even
ain't lying to
advertising
you.
like that. Let's
Look,
go.
look, Harley, bring us out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's
Hey,
get some love, y'all. Show us some love.
so here's what I like about the bike set. It's so you go there, right? And brothers don't really look down on you. You know, you got a few of them. You got a few of them, and that's just life. But at the same time, most of the cats on the set show you nothing but love, if you're in or if you're civilian.
If
You know
you
what I'm
pull up
saying?
on twos, they don't care what
Man,
you could be on 2 pairs of skates. Like it's because one, you came out, you support, you showed love, you took a risk with your life. You know what I mean? We all coming out here to congregate together, and like it's just love. It's just love all the way
it
around.
really is.
But don't come up there on no disrespectful stuff. But
Exactly.
other than that, as long as you come in and have a good time, good vibes, that's what the set is for, to be able to give you that sense of community of like-minded people.
Hey, I tell people that all the time. I say, listen, if you want trouble, they'll bring it to you if that's what you're looking for.
It'll find you.
I say, but at the same time, they not out there looking for trouble. You know what I'm saying? They are out there trying to have a good time make it back home. Yeah, I mean, they want to show off their iron because their iron look good.
Listen, people, it's we're not just talking about money. We ain't
Right.
talking about time.
Right.
We talking about, I mean, people, the creativity into these
Yes.
small minor details. You got like people buy these Harleys, and by the time they put it on the ground, ain't it's all aftermarket.
Hey, listen. You know, I'm gonna go one step further on you that on that. I tell everybody, Harley is the raggediest bike you can buy, but it's the best. You
It's
what other bike you see you customize it and do what you want to do and
Listen,
make it?
it has the best options for all aftermarket parts. It
Come
looks
on now.
badass. It's I mean, it's just it is the bike of the bikes. Like if you ride motorcycles, it is the ultimate bike. And, you know, you can say, oh, it vibrates too much, or oh, you have hella breakdowns. Now, I just want to start that out. That for a lot of people that have issues with their engine, those be a lot of people that one, they either put band-aids on open wounds. Two, they also be getting a lot of engine work done, and that's just understandable. If you take your 103 and try to up it to a 131, that maintenance is gonna be a bit. It's gonna be in
No,
your
go on and say it's gonna be a bitch, y'all.
ass.
Say it. Say it like it is. I tell people like this, I say it's a reason NASCAR don't drive those cars to work every day.
Listen, you race it, and that's it. You know what I mean? You build your bike for what you want. Like that's why I don't plan on doing any engine work on mine. I do want to get a torque cam just because when I'm on a highway. Sometimes I want to
Right.
be able to make
Right.
that quick maneuver. But
Wake it
other than
up.
that,
Wake it up.
I'm cool with my 103. If I want to
Wake
get a
it
little stunt bike, which I might in the future, get a Road King. Yeah, at that point, 114, 117 is awesome. See, look at that. I talked so
up.
much, I answered it already.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You do say you already in. That's what's up. That's what's up. But listen, so it's funny, right?
Mhm.
I was there at the Dragons block party. I mean, not the block party, but the Friday night event about 2 years ago. And I went
They
in.
got the memorial thing this weekend.
Yeah, I just seen. Listen, I was just coming from Modesto picking up my granddaughter. Seen a whole bunch of DOs buzz by me. I was like, man, I wish I was on the bus. I say, look,
You
look,
ready?
look, look. She said, what? What? I say they just rode in from LA. So, but it's funny. I was talking to. I happened to run into Punchy, Big Punchy, and I
Mhm.
asked him. I said, man, let me ask you this, man. Really, real talk. I said, how does it feel to be so influential on the motorcycle set? Because everybody's trying to get what you do. You know what I'm saying? And everybody just can't get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. And that's not to talk down on any other motorcycle customization people. I mean, Big Punchy, for him to have the ideas that he has and to put it on a motorcycle, you know, he got the dude that paint for him. That white dude, oh, he bad. He bad.
It's bad
Oh,
motherfuckers
oh
out
my
there, man.
goodness. That
I
dude is
don't even
bad.
know where to begin, and that's the crazy part about custom. I don't even know where to begin because one day I'll look at this and say I want this, but then the next day I'll see something else and I'm like, oh, I want that, and I'm just like, you know what? If it
Hey,
ain't broke, don't fix it.
there you go. There you go. Hey, everybody that's watching, look, I've just put a channel up on the screen. This college mom biker chick. Y'all go ahead and tap in and subscribe. I know a lot of y'all have done it already. Thanks very much.
Definitely,
Thanks very much.
I
For
appreciate
those
the
of you
love.
that hasn't, hit that button and go on and listen. This is the only thing in the world you can get for free. Listen, I'm gonna give it to you for free 99 with no taxes.
No taxes, no surprise. Well, you know, you
None of
might get a
that.
surprise.
None of that.
You might get a
None of that.
surprise, but
None of
no
that.
taxes, no fees.
None of that. Now, let me ask you this. When it comes to customization, though,
Mhm.
do you have any plans? You know what I'm saying? Paint, wheels.
So actually with Clyde, I'm gonna keep him the way I have some minor things that I'm probably gonna do next month. My thing
Oh.
is I don't be wanting to put him in the shop because they be taking too long. My last experience when he went to the shop, he was in there for he was just sitting, and I was just like, you know, I don't like that. But unfortunately, fortunately, the good thing is, you know, when you get a little buzz, things move a little faster for you.
Right, right, right. Now, let me ask you this: going from now, did you have stock bars on your bike before
I
Manny got to
did,
those bars?
and I will
So
never, ever, ever ride a stock
that's
bars again.
that's funny because I just the bike I got in the garage right now. He went from stock bars to 16s.
That's what I have.
And I said, man, and I don't like, but on the batwing fairings, I don't like 16s over the fairing because it just, to me, that ain't me. But I like it. I was like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, maybe
You get to sit back and enjoy your ride more. You
yeah,
get to,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like when
yeah,
you got them, what is it, 10 inches stock bars, like you are forced, I don't care how long your arms are, you're forced to sit up
right,
and
right,
you're like this, you know what I
right,
mean? No matter what, when you're making those like slow speed turns versus if I'm on my bike, like when I'm pulling into the garage or I'm pulling into wherever, I'm sit back, you know,
right.
I can do some stuff. And then you
Hey, I look at them. Hey, listen, but I tell everybody the best bikes to put bars on is Road Kings and Road Glides. Now I'm not a
yeah.
Road Glide fan. I'm not against Road Glides either. I'm not a Road King fan. I'm not against Road Kings either. But when it comes to bars, oh my goodness,
It just it give you that
the
aggressive, you know what I mean? Because you got that
yeah,
sharp front
yeah,
fender
yeah,
that, and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just it's like boom, I'm ready, I'm here. It gives you that
yeah,
smooth, sleek versus ankle glide, the street glide, the batwing fairing. When I see people with bigger bars, I don't know, I think of an anteater. I swear to God, every time I just be like, what is that sticking on top of your head? Like something.
right, right. And me, so my bars come up right level with the fairing. So I got
Okay,
11-inch bars on there because you know the stock bars is actually 8.5 inches. So you down there like this, you know what I'm saying?
and then on top of it, because of where yours, it's on your fairing too. So it's like
Exactly,
that's
exactly.
like you almost want that like no, you don't have to get pullbacks, but just some little space to get off
Yes,
your
yes,
fairing.
yes, yes, yes. So it's interesting. But the dude, friend of mine, also just he bought his first bike, and
Hmm.
and he was so anxious he pulled his bars off himself. I say, hey man, don't do that no more, man. He's like, man, well I just wanted to do it, so he pulled them off, brought them to me, I wired them up,
Oh, cool.
got it back to him. He put them back on, and the funny thing is, everything on the left didn't work. I said, man, wait a minute, hold on, man. I ain't messing nothing up. All I did was extended the wires, put them to the bars, got you on your way. He said,
Exactly.
man. So he brought the bike over, and cause you know everybody was like, man, I don't know why you went to him. He don't know what he's doing. But I've been doing bars for a long time, so I know what I'm doing. And
Hmm.
just come to find out, whoever put the bars on before he had these bars, when they put the plug back together, they actually pushed one of the pins out on the wire harness that comes from the bike.
From the
And so we sitting there, and I got it to work, and I say, man. So we put the fairing back on and everything, and the bike and everything didn't work again. I say, man, listen, because he thought he had plugged something in wrong. I say, no, you didn't do. You did everything right. So we get to working and wiggling and woo woo. And sure enough, push the pin in, and the pin came out on the other end of the connector. I said, see, whoever did this before you, that's what the problem was. So he was happy. Oh, he said, man, I feel like a new man. He said, he got the bad wing fan. He's like, man, I feel like I'm the man now.
man, I know
So,
I know it. I'm the man. I'm the
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. And he can't get off his bike. I say, you can't get off your bike because it's new to you. And I say, I was like that too when I first bought my bike. Oh man, I watched that thing like almost every other day, and and twice on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting. Like I detail bikes every once in a while too. I don't do it no
Hmm.
more because I everybody like to get all that chrome, and I'm just like, man, you know what?
Yeah, man. Listen, it take me.
Uh oh, I lost you. Come on back if you're still there. When you Yeah, so thank y'all for tapping in. You knew she answered your question. I'm glad you are watching. Hopefully she come back. College mom bike the chick. She hit the button. I think she was working with her phone. Come on back if you're listening, college mom bike the chick. And yeah, hey, how's everybody Friday going? Uh Mine is going great. And I'm having a good time with y'all. Listen, I guess I could take this time to wrench a couple of y'all up and go from there. Let me see. Let me see. Up, she back. I can't reach y'all up now. Okay, sorry about that. Listen, wrong button. I was trying.
No,
It's all
I'm
good. It
sorry.
happens. I actually clicked the wrong button and closed the whole screen out.
Okay, so that's what I was like. Some this just closed. Listen, my son called me. I tried to press the mute button,
It's
and
all
then it
good.
was
Yeah, I
just
seen you. I seen she was reaching for the phone, and it's all good. It's all good. But yeah. So, uh, now any other customizations other than a nice little cam to hop it up?
um no.
Nah, no wheels, not even
I mean,
wheels.
I've looked at some different pipes, and my son is very anti me having some extremely loud pipes. Like he don't want me to get the D&Ds.
The D. Hey, listen, I'm a Thunderheader guy, but that D&D, man, that is. I remember my very first time. So let me tell you when I really got sprung on the bike set. So I bought my bike, and my partner Ronnie said, "Man, let's ride down to Fresno." It was October, the October
Oh,
run. So everybody come to October because it's like unofficially the last run of the year, really.
mm-hmm.
So I was
If you
sprung
if,
because
if you're not
oh,
about that life,
right. So I was super sprung because everybody on the side of the Harley dealership burning rub up and down the block used to be a straight sideshow. I was like, oh man, I was man. When I say so sprung, man, I say when the next one he say March. I say, oh, I'm at this. Man, I get
mm-hmm.
down there in March. It's about 10 dudes now. I say, man, I ain't
it's
never coming.
it's cold. It's
Yeah, I ain't
cold.
never coming back down here in March. But then I went back in May. I was like,
May.
ooh, boy, I was sprung. But just to see all the guys out there, just
The
riding
unity.
wheelies. But
It brings unity because you can,
yeah, yeah,
growing up in the Bay, I'm not saying everybody got their areas, their hoods, their projects,
right,
but
right,
certain you got a different territory from across the street. So while you
right.
might have went to school with this dude when y'all was 5 through 8 years old, now that y'all teenagers, y'all from different areas, you can't
Mhm.
hang out with this person. So
Exactly,
all that goes, especially nowadays, all that should go out the window on the set. And that's
exactly.
what I love. Like, I just think I seen a post even from some young dudes, especially out in LA,
Right.
in LA.
Yeah, to
They
see
like,
all
yo,
them cats come together. Oh man.
they like, look, check this out. We not doing no gang banging on the set, man. We coming here, we showing support. We love, you want to get these bikes. You want to be out here with us. We outside,
This
but
is what we
we
do.
ain't
This
outside
is a
like that.
brotherhood. This ain't
And,
this ain't the set. This ain't the gangbang set.
and that's what I love, and that's what the young, like, I mean, on top of the heat and the fire that they bring on these creative minds, but they are bringing that sense of brotherhood back to the community of the bike life,
Yes,
because
yes,
there's no, oh, you from here, we can't be cool. I didn't seen I didn't seen San Francisco and Richmond was not, everybody know the history between them was
right,
not it.
right,
I didn't
right.
seen Richmond come to San Francisco. I didn't see San Francisco go to Richmond, and
Yeah,
people
yeah,
is safe. People not worrying about their
exactly,
lives and looking over. It's like, I'm good, and
exactly.
I love that so much
Yeah,
for
yeah.
for
You're
for
right
all of
about
us
that.
and our black
Yeah,
men.
yes. I love the fact that, like you say, you see
I
these
will.
these these different factions come together. The bike set showed you how to love. It shows you how to love. And
It
if
shows a lot of young men how to love. That
yeah,
you hit that right on the
right.
nose.
And I tell people, man, everybody look at it as a biker gang. It's not a biker gang.
I can't stand when, even with women. I think somebody did an article on the Caramel Curves, and it was like the Caramel Curves motorcycle gang, and it's like,
No, no. I tell everybody that I say, man, you go out there and just and hang out and talk to some brothers and all that stuff. You'll see everybody has that passion for motorcycling. They love what they do. They want to listen. If you want to talk about this motorcycle, they gonna talk to you until you be like, "Hey, man, you done said enough."
let me tell you something. I ain't never seen. I grew up where they say scientifically or statistically, they say men or women do better in math and science areas than men scientifically. That's what they say. Bro, have you had a conversation with a man about his goddamn car parts or his bike parts? I'll be
Oh
like,
man. Oh man.
I'll be like, y'all got me confused. They be the SSI and the PI and the 40.
Right, right.
Like, yo, y'all motherfuckers is so
Right,
smart.
right, right. Hey, listen, they can walk you through that bicycle
They can build a whole
from
vehicle from
like
ground up.
I don't know if you ever listened to like a lot of those interviews Punchy did, but the dudes always talk about. He said, "Man, Punchy will have a whole box of screws, from the floor to the ceiling, and tell you which screw to pull out of there to put where." You know what I'm saying?
That's in. I don't think people understand the intellect it takes to be able to do such a thing. I mean, I know people say, "Oh, it's YouTube. You can watch videos." Yeah, that's true. But one, you got to have the motivation to do it and the dedication
Yes,
to stick with it.
yes,
But
yes.
also, a lot of these people they dream about it and they sleep. It's their passion. Like it's just like putting a puzzle piece together, and that takes like brains. It takes brains. Like these dudes
So,
are beyond.
so what inspired me to actually turn a wrench on my bike? I told some people this in one of my videos. Matter of fact, I was at the Big Manny Memorial in Point Richmond and
Oh
ran
yeah, I came
across
late
a
to that.
friend.
I
Yeah,
was there.
ran across a friend that I rode to LA with. My first ride to LA, we met some cats out of Fairfield, and they met us. So we coming from Richmond, they coming from Fairfield. They hit the five. They go
Mm-hmm.
across 12 and hit the five. We go 580 to hit the five. So we meet them at the rest stop where 5 and 12, 580 come together.
Like, mm-hmm.
So we pull up and we waiting. They pull up. One of the dudes' bike is leaking oil like crazy. We
Damn.
like, so we pull up on the side. Hey man, we pointing at the bike. You like, you ain't gonna make it to LA like that. He's like, he looked down. He say, all right. So we pull into Santa Nia. He say,
Okay.
man, listen. We say, man, what you need us to wait until the tow truck come? What? He say, wait till the tow truck come. What you talking about? He
About
say,
to
man,
fix
y'all go
this.
on in there and have some breakfast, man. Come on back out here. We gonna go to LA. We didn't believe it. Like, boy, he this dude crazy. Man, that dude Mark fixed that bike. We come out, we fat and full. We standing there. He said, come on, let's go. We went to LA and had the best time ever. I
I
was
know
like,
that's
oh, Mark, yeah. I tell people, hey, if you get a chance to know somebody that wrench. Now, I don't do motor work and stuff like that. These guys, they ain't scared to do motor work. I
it.
mean, I
See, I'm
will.
scared because
I'm scared too
I don't want to put the
because I don't
pieces
want to
back
mess
together.
nothing up. But
Mm-mm.
I will change your handlebars, forks, your real wheels, and pipes, and all that stuff. But I don't mess with the motor work. But just watching him do what he did that day, I was like, oh yeah. And I tell everybody, you better know how to do something to your bike. I don't care what it is. You riding a Harley, you better know how to do something.
You gotta know this
You
something.
know, if not, there's some dude out there that's gonna take all your money.
I was gonna say because you gonna be.
Right? You go definitely have to break bread with somebody. You know.
That's for
But
sure.
I just look at it as it's a lot of love out there. Uh, I remember my first time in Arizona. I was like, oh man, this Arizona is. We went to Rare Breeze Hotel. They was partying. We went over here. They was partying. We went. I'm like, boy, these dudes is
5
everywhere.
o'clock in the morning. I'm like,
Hey, all
the thing I
night
was like, I
long.
made a post. I was like, good night, and it was like 5:30. I said, listen.
Right.
I tap
Hey,
out.
yeah. You gotta tap out because them dudes will be up all night and never go to sleep. I'll be like, man, dude, how you doing it? They like, hey man, I'm running on E right now,
I
but
ain't
I'm
new
gonna
to
make
this.
it.
I'm true to this.
I'm gonna make it. I'll be like, boy, you good? Because hey, 9, 10 o'clock, I'm ready to tap out on y'all. Yeah. So yeah, the bike set, a lot of love, y'all. If y'all ever get to experience it, y'all just ask college mom biker chick. She'll tell you. It's it's
It's
it's
crazy.
fun.
I honestly I'd be so shocked when a lot of like when Manny reached out to me when the big names from like down in LA when they be like, oh yo, college mom
Yeah.
I'd be
Right.
like,
Right.
you know me?
Hey. Hey.
Like I
Listen.
remember what when I got into this shit and I'm like, yo, look at these people like I remember Big Manny seeing him go on 12 o'clock on the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
That was like I was like, oh my God. He became a celebrity in my head. And when I realized I was on the same ride with him and he was leading us down there, I was like, oh my God, but I never got a picture. Then when he came up to me and was like, yo, no, I want you to meet the road queen. I'm like, you know me? I'm like, oh, you know me? Or like we went down to LA. I came out the store. He was sitting on my bike. You know, and we all know how bikers are about their bike.
Right.
Don't
Right.
sit on my bike. Don't, especially dude. Don't sit on another man's bike. And if you're a woman, don't sit on another dude's bike because then it's respect. And so I come out and I see. I'm like, oh, you done blessed my baby. That was the first thing that went through my head. Was like,
Hey,
I'm like,
hey,
yo, the great is sitting on my bike. Like,
hey. And the crazy thing about it, Manny can willy anything. Anything.
in a pair of shorts.
Anything. I say, Manny boy, you know, I knew him when he was riding dirt bikes though. So he was like one of the only kids in the neighborhood with dirt bikes. He's like, it was him and a few other cats I grew up with on the south side. It was only a few of them, and when
Oh
I
no,
say a
Big
few,
Manny
it
was
was a few.
good.
But Big Manny was, hey,
That
he was the man. And the funny thing is, that's what everybody used to come to Fresno to see, just to see Manny pull up, show out,
he
and then I
turn
can't
and
tell you,
burn. Because let's just be real, Manny was turning and burning, going back home
yes,
to take care of
yes,
his mother. That
right, right,
like honestly,
right.
I I I have my own stories. Everybody have their own stories or Manny. But the fact that I can be like, yo, Manny made me feel seen. And what I mean by that is he was like, he would check on me like, hey, La, how you doing? Like, I ain't seen you out. Like, I just want to check on you. I'm not the only person. He did that to everybody. That is like, how do you do that? How do he? Sometimes I look at my phone, I'll be like, I see the text message, and
Well,
but he goes out his way to check on everybody, care for everybody. It was just like he's a pillar. Like
let
I
me tell you,
strive to be like Manny. Like that.
let me
That's
tell you a
amazing.
funny story about Manny. So, I don't really party, so when I go to the events, I go to picnics and all that stuff, and I at night I'm in the hotel room, sleep or whatever. But so 2013, me and my partner ride down.
Mm-hmm.
It's his first time. This dude is funny. So he don't really know too many people on the set.
Uh-huh.
He know a lot of people, but he don't know too many people on the set. So we stay at the Rare Breed Host Hotel, right? Everybody at the Rare Breed Host Hotel. We having a good time. Parking lot popping. We having a good time. I tell him, I say, we get down there. He say Friday night. He say, man, you gotta go to the meet and greet with me. All right, man, I'm gonna go to the meet and greet with you. I don't really do this, but I'm gonna go. I'm like a tourist.
Mm-hmm.
So we get trapped in. I say, listen, that party gonna be super duper thick. I ain't going to the party.
Hot,
Oh,
sweaty. Oh my
listen what
god.
he tell me. Oh, blood, how you gonna do me like that, man? You get me way down there, all this fun. I say, blood, I ain't going to the party. I'm just letting you know that now. He say, man, all right, man, but I say, don't hold on, I got you though, I got you. I pick up the phone, call Manny. I say, Manny, my boy, he don't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? He want to ride. Can he ride with you? Man, he say, well, he can ride with me. He say, but it's a whole bunch of other trains leaving. That's what they call them trains.
Mm-hmm.
It's one leave at 8, one leave at 8:30, one leave at 9. One. He say, my train leaving at 9:30. If you want
Mm-hmm.
to hop in, tell him to hop in. All right, man, you on with Manny. Go down there. Man, when he come back the next day, the dude tell me, blood, I felt like a celebrity. Man, boy, I ain't had to pay for nothing.
Oh, you with Manny?
Man, he was like, blood, Manny, hey, Manny Manny looked back because they had stopped me. And Manny was like, oh, he with me. They was like, oh, yeah, go on, blood, do your thing, man. Have a good time. He say, man, we up in that joint, man. I say, man, cats looking at me like, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Like you
But he
just
with Manny, you know. Hey, he had the best time of his life.
every
He
time.
loved it. And I say, man, that's what you get from Manny, man. If you rock with him, he gonna show you nothing but love. He ain't the type of dude that's gonna get you somewhere, clown you. He
Leave
gonna
you
make sure
hanging. None
everybody
of that.
else, yeah, he might talk
You
a
gonna
little
make sure you
smack.
in good hands.
Yeah, he gonna make sure you. Hey, one thing about him, he was a solid dude. You know what I'm saying? And man, when he used to pull up, the whole crowd just they go
Yep.
Manny. That point. Hey, they knew it
Look,
was on.
everybody know that Road King.
Yeah, everybody. And then I got to one night I got to meet Nasty personally with Manny one night, and
Uh-oh.
we did a bike night in San Jose. But it was
Uh-huh.
funny because we rode one way, and Nasty and them was meeting us going another way, and I was like, whose idea is this? Nasty said, "Well, man, we just didn't want nobody to leave us, so we was trying to catch up, and then y'all pulled up, and so it was cool. But just to see them dudes do what they do on bikes, it is truly amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, wow,
Yeah,
man,
and they're keeping the thing going. You know, they got the big money run
yeah,
June
oh yeah,
11th,
you know, I'll be there.
basic main spots. Which actually I'm gonna do that too. I will not be on that particular ride. I've been to a bunch of them. I
Uh-huh.
know Big Manny would still be very
Right,
proud.
right,
But June 11th, me and Tiffany from the Divas to Die For, we're hosting an event for women empowerment, and we're going to ride down to Santa Cruz. Women
okay,
only,
okay,
all
that's
bikes
what's
are
up.
welcome.
That's,
However, if y'all know me, once I'm on twos all day. So I'm definitely shooting down in Santa Cruz. We're gonna do our women thing. And in typical biker chick fashion, I'm gonna shoot my ass on up to Stockton and party, party,
hey, ain't
party.
nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what's. Hey, listen, if you're true to it, do it. I tell people that all the time. Hey, ain't nothing like being on your bike all day, every day.
It's a lifestyle.
It really is. That's what I posed that question to the dudes in what's that group? It's a group called Black Harley Davidson Riders
Okay.
on
Uh-huh.
Facebook. And
Yep.
I posed that
I'm
to
in that
him.
group.
Okay, yeah, I posed that to him. I said, "Man, is this a lifestyle to you, or is it just a fad?" Boy, I got a
Mm.
lot of negativity out of it. I say, man, I just want to know because to me, it's a lifestyle. Although I'm not all the way in like that, but it's a lifestyle. You know what
I
I'm
call
saying?
myself a super civilian because I'm a civilian. I have no
Right,
I'm not a part of a motorcycle club or
right,
even a social club, but I got miles and I do like I do go to some of the events. I do like the night parties. I show up, whatever I show out. I, mean, I don't say show out, but I do my thing. And
right.
but I'm technically not a member. Like some of these parties, I gotta pay civilian fees. So
Right. Hey, that's what I'm talking about right there.
I'm not complaining too much because my point is to come out and support, and definitely I'm looking forward to it being turned back around.
Right.
And so
Right.
yeah, shout out to all the super civilians out there.
Right. That's what's up right there. That's what's up. Hey, listen, one thing I say to everybody, if you want to see what the bike set is about, just go out and experience it and just check out the camaraderie and all the love that people show you and the fun that it is. Like one thing I love, I tell everybody, man, if you ain't never really just did nothing with bike, go to go to the Dragons on Labor Day weekend and just if you ain't there before an hour and see what those cats do, you know what I'm saying? How they treat those kids, get those kids money, have just just doing giveaways and just
Yeah,
that
still they
whole
still
yeah
giving back to the community, man.
yeah they doing that. It ain't as bad as you think it is, and you just see all these brothers out there just everybody giving everybody love and
Let's
all
just
the
be real.
sisters
You
out
you
there
see
just
all these.
oh
Let's be real. No, let's be real. You see all these black men out there
right
being real
right
men because
right right
we have this narrative that black men are but
right
nah, you see
right
these. You see fathers, you see
right
barbers, you see technicians, you see everything under the sun, and that's one thing I think I seen a post in one of the black motorcycle Facebook sets is, hey, y'all drop your occupation in here. Like we got bomb ass people in these groups, that all look
right
like us,
right.
and that's just so inspirational.
Well,
Like
well,
I don't
listen
know.
to this. You say you in that group. So here's what if you ever tap into that Black Harley Davidson Riders group, there's a girl on there. Her name is Erica Reddick. She just
Okay,
bought a bike and she's riding. She's getting to learn it. I'm pretty sure she's pretty used to it now. But I told her, like you did, I said you should put your story, like your story. You should put your story on YouTube about you and your bike. I say because you don't know. A lot of people like to hear that story. You know what
yeah,
I'm
starting
saying?
out. That's what a lot of
They,
people ask me. Like,
yeah,
how did you
yeah,
start off? How did you get into it? Like, I've always just knew I wanted to ride, but I thought I was gonna be on the back of a bike. Like I always knew I was like, I'm gonna date somebody that rides a motorcycle. And that it just never happened. It just didn't. I
right,
never came across somebody that rode a motorcycle.
right.
And then I decided to go join a class, and then I ended up meeting, yeah. But anyways, that's my ex now, so we can talk about that.
Yeah, that's what's up right there. That's what's up. That's what's up. I
But
tell people all
yeah,
the time.
I fell in love with riding, and I ain't never looked back.
Yeah, I tell people all the time. Also, if you scared of riding, go take the class. I tell people that all the time because I learned the hard way. I didn't have my thrills and spills and all of that stuff. But if you take the class, I say not only does the class show you how to ride, but one thing it does is it teaches you a lot of things that you may run into in the
Yeah.
future riding a motorcycle. I say,
Basic
and then once
fundamentals.
you
Yeah.
get used to it, don't get too comfortable, but go take the advanced riding class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I
with your
definitely
own bike.
actually want to do that class with
Yeah, I
Clyde.
want to do the advanced myself. I haven't done it yet, but I want to do it myself.
I do too.
So I tell people, hey, do that, do that. You know what I'm saying? And hey, you that experience, that
Hey, and
experience.
listen, I got people who tell me all the time, they be like, look, I'm too clumsy for a motorcycle. And I'm like, look, I respect you for knowing that. Thank you.
Right,
You
right,
know what I mean?
right,
You give it a
right,
try
right.
once,
But
twice. And honestly, if you're not comfortable, it's about if you're not comfortable, don't
right,
push it.
right.
You know what I mean? It's okay to step out of your comfort zone, but baby, not so much that the motorcycle is dangerous, it's the other people around us
It's
that
the
are.
people around you.
So if you're not confident in your ability to control your motor vehicle, don't get on it.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, listen, just do your thing. And watch out for the people
Ride
around
your
you.
ride.
Ride your ride. There you go. I tell people that all the time. They be like, man, it's funny because I had a friend that he bought a bike and I had to tell him one day, boy, some of the stuff you do, you gonna make me take my belt off and whoop yo, you know what?
Yeah,
So
I get told that a lot. They be like,
yeah,
"Lord, you don't sit your ass down."
so one day we rode down to Mill Peters to pick up a fairing for his bike, and he asked me, he said, man, why you riding so slow? I said, I ain't riding slow, man. We doing 70 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour, and you cutting in between traffic that's doing 75 miles an hour. What we need to do that for? He said, oh man, well, that's the way I learned how to ride with Big Manny. I say, dog, Big Manny been on a bike since he was straight out the you know what. Don't think you can
Like,
do
man, I
don't
heard about
think you
Manny
can
going
do what
crazy.
Manny do. He said, oh, I thought that's how you ride. I say, no, that's how Manny ride. You
Look,
ain't Manny. I said, you
that's what happened to me.
yeah. I
But
say
I'll
you
tell you this though: the last time I went down to LA last summer when we was all headed to Rare Breed, it was about 23 of us. Big Manny was
uh-huh.
leading us, and I ain't gonna lie, we was going about a constant 80. I ain't gonna lie,
Right.
I was tired. I was falling asleep. I was in the back. And I said, you know what? Listen, if you are part of a club, do not do that, you guys. You know, you got to stay in
Right.
formation.
Right.
And I definitely got kind of, hollered at when we got to the gas station. Like,
Yes.
don't like that's very disrespectful to Big Manny. So I approached him and I was like, yo, I apologize if I was being disrespectful. I said, but I was honestly falling asleep and I just needed to open up my exhaust so I can wake up. And he was, oh no, you good. I would have did the same thing. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Well, I tell people all the time, like when we ride, I don't like riding in a pack unless I know they're structured. But I tell people, I say, listen, man, we gonna ride in a pack, right? We gonna all stay stair step, or if you comfortable enough and know the person that you're riding with, you can ride side by
Handlebars.
side. I
Woo!
said, but if you wanna act a fool, just jump out on another lane and do your thing. I say, and then when you feel like you want to get back in, just
Enjoy
come
back
on,
in
fall
line.
back in place. I say, but don't try to ride in between us or jump in and out.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. I say, man, because everybody don't know you and you don't know everybody, so you don't know how people gonna react. So I
Mm-hmm.
tell people that I say, listen, man, because I don't get me wrong, I like to jump out and get over 100 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep
I'm
it.
not
I'm gonna
gonna
keep
hold
it
that for
right.
the whole way
Exactly.
down.
Right. We ain't supposed to be out here racing. You know what I'm saying? From LA to the Bay. Manny and Manny and them used to do that though.
I was like, nah. Listen. Do you know how much gas? Listen, the way gas set up, I'm not
Right.
burning.
Right. Right.
Listen, I
So
was
yeah.
looking at flights and comparing flights in my long distance trip. I'm better off flying, and even with the high ass flight to
Right.
flight, it's
Right.
cheaper to fly than it is to.
To ride that bike. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I said the fact that I got to put $1,000 worth of gas in my bike.
Right. 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 That's crazy, ain't it? So
That's
you
crazy. I think I spent like, or it cost me about. with about roughly 120, 130
Right.
in gas just to get to Phoenix.
Right. Right. So I seen also that you're planning on doing the Atlanta trip, right?
Yeah.
So are you doing Kings of the South Atlanta trip or Rare Breeds Atlanta trip?
So initially was what sparked that one was the Kings of the South,
Okay.
and but ever since then, there's been some like YouTubers that I've met, since then, like Everyday Faye, who live
Mm-hmm.
out in Georgia and stuff like that in Alabama, that I'm gonna end up leave a little earlier so I
Mm-hmm.
can meet up with them. Hopefully we can also get some footage riding in and just chit chat. Black women on Harleys. That's
That's
gonna
what's
be
up.
kind of my
That's what's
thing. We'll be
up.
sitting there and talking about it.
Yeah. So I happened to be watching that channel one time. I saw the first time I saw them. Now they're new to biking as well, right?
Yeah,
Well,
they
they're new.
started
You're
together.
not new. They are, right?
Correct.
So it's interesting. The first time I saw them, I guess it was Wood Jr., the ex New York cop guy,
Robert
uh,
Simmons.
yeah, Robert Simmons, and another guy rode out to their place.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time I seen them, and I was like, oh, okay. So that's why I think they're going when they said on the interview with you that they're going to Savannah. I guess they're going to ride down and hang out with those guys.
Exactly.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You hey, listen, hey, I love to see a story because Wood Jr. is fairly new to bikes too,
Yeah.
and I enjoy watching his channel as well.
Now I'm
The
trying to
other,
get Queen Sit to lock these dates up for
hey,
me.
yeah, Queen Sid,
She
yeah, she
she
do
hit
her
me.
thing too. She do. I watch
Hey
her channel too.
man, she go crazy.
Right. I
Like
watch. Hey, and I like the fact that she ain't scared to get on her bike and do it by herself.
at all. Like, first of all, she did Sturgis. I've never did camping on my bike. I would
Uh huh.
love that experience
Uh
next
huh.
year to hit up Sturgis or what's that, the something Babes and Bikes or something like that. I
Or
would
the one
love.
that she went when she went to New York. I think it is the
Yeah,
camping thing.
just
Yeah.
to get that experience. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. After I do it once, you probably catch me back at the hotels. But I do want to get that experience
That's what's
because
up.
it's so fascinating to see how they, we're on a motorcycle and they
Right.
get everything that they need for camping on a
On the
motorcycle.
motorcycle. Yes.
Like
Right.
that. Listen,
Yeah. I
I,
saw
I
that.
I will do it one time for sure, and if I love
I
it, I'll do
saw
it
it.
again.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I another channel that I like to watch. I like to watch Traveling Tall. I don't know if you watch him. You ever watch
Haven't
him?
seen Traveling Tall.
Yeah, the guy from Tennessee.
No, I don't know that one.
Yeah,
I know
he's
Traveling with Staff.
yeah, he has a great channel. And then the one channel that I've really been enjoying a lot of is Everything's Regular.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
man! I was just watching his huge giveaway. The
yeah,
dude who
yeah.
won first. Oh my god, he
Oh
went
man,
from a
come on, how
crotch
lucky
racket
was that?
to a custom diamond stitched. I mean, just everything. Like, you talk about everything you need in a bike. It was just there for you.
Right, right,
I
right.
don't care. I don't care if he entered that damn raffle 5 times. It was well worth the
It was
$1,000
well worth it. Tell me about it. I said, man, this dude, hey, the dude, listen, for a couple $100, the dude is making your dream come true. I remember watching him. So I've been watching him for a while, and I
Uh-huh.
remember checking him out, and he
I'm going to
says,
grab my charger, but I hear you.
okay. So I was watching him, and he says, the guy out of LA won two bikes and two different raffles, and
Oh man,
everybody was like, "Oh man, that's rigged and it's set up." I say, "Man, how could that
that's
be?"
all. That's all it takes is for you to enter.
Yeah, I say, "How could that be?" And y'all watched him. Y'all watched him pull the tickets. This dude don't know this dude from a can of paint. The dude won a 2014. I don't know if you watch his buddy, built by Dre. He has a Road
Uh-uh.
King that he just gave away. 2014 CVO Road King that he just
Hey,
gave away.
I'm
But
new. I'm new to YouTube, so you put
okay,
me on
oh,
with
so
a
he
lot of
told,
good
yeah,
followers.
check these dudes out. Built by Dre
Okay.
is Everything Regular's buddy, and he also he does more wrenching than Everything's Regular, but
Okay.
he has a 2014 that he just raffled off as well,
Mm-hmm.
and but
Ooh.
Everything's Regular had that same bike last year sometime, and he gave it away. But the dude ended up winning a 2018 or 17 Road King as well. And so they was like, man, that's a rigged and woo. I say, man, come on, man.
Yeah,
This
you
dude
gotta
ain't out to
look.
beat nobody.
You gotta enter. You gotta put yourself in the
That's all
line
you
and
got
get
to
it,
do.
man.
That's all you got to
That's all
do.
it really take.
That's
That's
all you got to do. Listen, that's like he say. How many tickets did you buy? Some people say one, some people say 10. It don't matter.
And
Whatever it is, he done made a dream come true for $100 or $1,000. You know what I'm saying?
either
So
way, as
either
long
way.
as you win, that is money well spent. Even if you don't,
Yeah, I
it's
mean, just think
$200,
about it.
$300. You know what I mean?
You blow $100 on what? Nothing every year, at least, at least. So
Look,
yeah,
I don't go outside without spending. I think we just went
right.
to. We didn't even go grocery shopping. My son wanted to get like just little snacks. Like he wanted
Mm-hmm.
$70.
Right.
I said, you know what? I'm
Exactly.
going back in the house.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, yeah. So those are channels that I watch. I follow quite a few channels. On the Harley thing. And just just watching, learning. In entertainment, enjoying. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's love. It's love, and I try to support everybody's channel.
Yeah.
The dude I just tapped in with Kelly B. Is it Kelly B. Gliding or something like that? He just started the channel, man. His channel then grew just like that. I mean, the dude
That's
is
man,
just
that's all it takes is one little
yeah,
bit.
yeah,
Listen, I mean, mine's just kind of more like I said. I'm more active on Instagram because that was just a platform I initially was just posting. You know, I had no intentions of.
right.
I didn't know that was my route was to be like an influencer, content creator type of
Oh
thing.
yeah,
I was just posting pictures of me and my family, bikes and stuff. But now it's a different avenue.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
Definitely a different avenue. I'm loving the feedback from just everybody's support, new audience. Um, I just want to make sure that I'm giving the audience what they want. Like I
Hey,
didn't know. I don't
you are,
know.
you are. Listen. You see how Everyday Faye checked you out, huh? She was like, "Oh, I gotta talk to her." I like that video. That actual interview was great.
I'm
I
glad to
said,
hear. Thank
they. I like how her and her husband sat down, and her husband let her do most of the talking. He tapped
you.
in.
Being woman to
But
woman,
yeah,
yeah,
and the good thing about it is he was telling her, listen, you ought to listen to her because
yeah. It
you
was
can
very
learn.
supportive, very,
Right,
very, very
right,
supportive,
right. That's
which
what's up right
was
there. Yeah, because you
is
don't
awesome.
buy a bike and then don't want to ride it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's say there's so many people that do it, but hey,
Yeah,
if you got,
yeah, yeah.
I didn't go spend my money to go let that bike sit where it's sitting.
Exactly,
I
exactly.
like to spend my money, but I'm gonna get my money's worth out of it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's listen. One thing about it is you got to put it on the road. Listen, the bike likes to be ridden. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Man,
I love. I just sometimes I would just get on my bike and just go up to Sac, come back down to Stockton, and then come on back home to Richmond. You know what I'm saying? Just to say I had a ride, or I'll go up to
come on, I
Santa
had an
Rosa.
outing today.
Right, I'll go up to Santa Rosa, cut back through the back roads and come out in Geyserville and Calistoga and all of that stuff, and come on back home. It's so many roads. I remember one time me and a buddy, the dude that actually let me borrow the road glide. I
Uh huh.
remember one time we was coming home from Fresno. I said, man, let's take a different route home. So we coming back home, right?
Oh, I took the
We
what's that? The 99. I would never do that shit again.
Yeah, well, you know why everybody like taking 99, right? So if something happens, there's a lot of more a lot more cities for you to get off the highway, have
I
somewhere
think
to
I was,
go.
or then I
Compared to
wasn't on the
five.
99. I was somewhere else. It was too much fucking wind. Too much. Too much
Oh,
wind for
that was
me.
you probably went through Los Banos
There we go.
down five
Oh
to yeah. That's the
my
route.
god. That ride, I literally named the wind Javi. See, check my video. It's probably on Instagram somewhere. I named the
you
wind Javi, and
you
Javi
was
was
riding like this
like
sideways.
this,
Yeah,
sideways, on the side of
exactly.
my wheel, like
Yeah,
this. And
yeah,
then, I mean, you just like I'm in the lane with my hazard lights on, and
yeah,
at this point, I'm doing everything I could do, and I'm just praying.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
praying.
There you go. There you go. Hey, listen, I that's the only route I like taking though, is that 5 to 152 to 99. But everybody like 99 because, like I said, if something happened to your bike, you got a lot of little cities in between. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that's what they like.
Don't
Uh,
always look. Don't always listen to Waze because they be trying to tell you the fast way, but they don't
right,
tell you about all that wind
right,
extra.
right, right. I remember the first time I hit that wind, I was like, oh my goodness.
I was like,
Whew.
oh, you don't like. Okay, do you speed up or do you slow down?
Well, once you get into that heavy wind, the bike don't do over 80, 90
It,
miles an
it
hour.
don't.
I
It don't.
tried to speed up,
I
but
try
the
to get
bike was
through it.
like, no way.
I'm trying to get through it because if you go, I feel like if you going slow like that 50, 60,
Right,
because you nervous, you
right,
gonna get that one gust
right.
that just
That
might
one
knock
good
that
gust.
bike the fuck off.
Yeah, no, I try to speed up and keep it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a lovely I just love motorcycles, I tell you like that. So I went 16 years without a bike before
Dang.
I got my Harley. And I was just like I kept going in the Harley dealership looking at because back then. So the funny thing is, a lot of people don't know, but the guys who own the Oakland Harley now, they were actually in Fremont. When Bob
Okay.
Jones said they were going out of business, Fremont Harley bought that building, so they moved in. And
Oh wow.
I was
Yeah. See,
like,
I didn't
oh,
know it was one in Fremont.
yeah, it was right. They shared a building. Matter of fact, it's still a Kawasaki dealership there. So
Mm.
the funny thing is, they shared the building together. So I was like, oh man, let me go in there and look at the Kawasaki. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get this ZX10. You know, yeah, I gotta have that. But
Oh.
I was peeking at the Harleys, but I was like, nah, that's. But ended up buying it from them. And the
Uh-huh.
funny thing is, the dude that I ride with the most, he and I have our license plate numbers are 5 numbers off. Just met him like one day he was at McDonald's. I wasn't even on my bike. He pulled up.
Uh-huh.
That's I was excited. I was like, oh man, that's clean. Let me go over here.
Like,
You know,
look,
that,
look, I got a
right.
bike to ride. That's an
So I go
instant.
over.
No, it's instant community, man. Instant.
Right. So I go over and holler at him, right? And we chat. And he don't know me from a can of paint. So I tell him, hey man, look, man, I ride and if you ever want to ride, man, hang out with me, you know what I'm saying? Come through. And
Yep.
he never come through for the first year. He like, I got something to do. I got something to do. I'm like, look, man, hey man, listen, let's just ride. And
Yep.
one time we rode together. We've been riding together ever since. That's the dude that let me borrow the bike, go to Fresno.
No,
But anyway,
listen. When you ride with somebody, people don't understand the amount unless you do it. The amount of trust and love
yeah,
you really grow.
exactly,
It's about being on the miles. When
exactly.
you side by side, staggered, or even if y'all ride in two different lanes, I'm trusting you that if anything hits the ceiling, you got my back.
That's right. That's right. So yeah. So when so then I looked at his bike and I said, oh man, that's interesting. Your
Dang.
license plate number is 5 digits off from mine. And I say, man, where you buy your bike at? He said, oh, I bought it out of Fremont. I said, man, we must have just missed one another because I mean, I literally bought my bike out of Fremont.
Duh.
And he ended up buying a bike. It just so happened his daughter had took him down there. They was down there to buy some T-shirts, and he ended up buying a bike. I said, wow,
That's how they get you, man. That's how they get you. Look,
that
let me
is
see if I can get these numbers right for you.
right. So yeah, so we've been riding together ever since. I mean, we did all of the trips, all of the trips that I've done. Now I do have ambitions to buy me another bike, and I do want to do the 48.
Look, that's so funny you said that. I just grabbed so I got this patch.
Oh, look at you! You got your states marked in.
So
Okay,
this, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I have a rule with not buying. Don't buy patches. I earn all my patches.
right.
None of the ones that I have on that I
Okay,
buy. This is
right.
earned from
Okay,
Harley, which
right.
I just submitted my other one. So I'm gonna get
Oh,
my
your hog
10,000
membership.
here. Yep.
Okay.
And this one right here was actually presented to me from Bonafide
Okay.
because just being able to ride with them and always look, I'm my brother's keeper. I rock with them, had a
That's
back,
what's up.
and that's what's up. So
That's what's
this
up.
is the only one that I did purchase for myself.
Right.
I've highlighted because I done been up and down, all up and down here,
Right.
and just for you guys to know, yes, I've gotten over 15,000 miles with just these, and I ain't done none of this over here.
Right. That's what's up right there. That's what's up. Yeah. So I do want to do that, and a lot of people say, man, how you want to ride? I'm like, hey, listen, man, you get on a bike, it becomes second nature to you. It ain't, it's not.
People be like,
Oh,
"Oh, you're not scared to get on your
yeah.
bike?" And
No, I'm not. And people still ask me to this day, man, how you ride by yourself? I say, man, listen, I get in my car by myself.
people listen. I mean, I get it, especially as a stigma as a woman, you don't want to be. And people ask the same thing. I'm just like, what gives me the confidence in of riding my bike alone is I make sure that my bike is taken care of to
That's
the
it.
best of my abilities, so I don't have no issues. Now, don't get me wrong, shits do happen. Like when I
Right.
went to Vegas, I broke my shaft shifter as I was pulling into the garage. I mean, the gas station. I was going into the gas station, and I downshifted, and it skipped it. I felt it skip, and I was like, whatever. Turned it off, got some gas, tried to turn my motherfucker, said, floop. I said, oh.
Ain't that a trip?
I had to manually shift my gear.
Hey, you want to hear my funny story about first time that happened to me?
Like,
I
damn.
was on a mini run, got up to Sac, and they went on to the good to Wise Guys.
Uh-huh.
I say, man, well look, I'm gonna catch up with y'all in Stockton. I went and seen some of my partners because I got a bunch of partners living in Sac. I get on 5, and I'm busting down 5. I'm doing about 90, and I go to shift into 6th gear. I ain't got no shifter. I'm like, what the hell? I look down. So I got a ride now. Listen, I'm still like right outside Elk
Right.
Grove. I got a ride all the way to Stockton Harley to go buy a new shifter, right? So I said, okay, I'm gonna push down there. No problem. I'm already on 5, speed limit 70. I keep it right where it's at. Push down there, get to Harley. Hey man, you got a shifter? Ooh, yeah, shifter linkage? Yeah. Okay. How much is it? $20. How
I
much
was
is
gonna
it to
say
put on?
that's the cheapest shit you're
Right.
buying.
Exactly. So dude say, I say, well man, I need to put on how much you charging to put it on? Oh, it's gonna be $115. What?
I said, I said, you know what? It's okay. Don't even worry about it. I got my tools in the.
Right. But look, I didn't have no tools, so I say, hey man, you think somebody will loan me a wrench back there? No, we don't loan out tools.
Yes, they
I
do.
say, hold
Yes, they
on, hold
do.
on. I say, what the nearest Kragen at? I was less than a mile. I got down there, like you say, shifted it in first, and I just rolled slow down to the Kragen, put my linkage on, caught up with the rest of the crew in Manteca. They was like, man, what happened? I said, man,
Hello.
hey, listen, I had a slight setback, but I got a good comeback. Hey, how you doing, young man?
Good. You
That's
guys
what's up.
see my twin.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I see you be on the bike with your mom, huh?
Yeah, a
You
lot.
like it, huh? Yeah.
He
Hey, listen, I
bought
wish I
that
could
bike
get
now.
my kids.
Oh,
He said
I
he
was,
about that bike. So it's so funny because we actually seen what's that one of those like Honda grooms earlier today, and I was like, oh, I'm like that's the one you need so you could ride on the streets with me. Because before when he had his dirt bike, I would let him ride in the bike lane like to go to
uh-huh,
the store,
uh-huh.
and I was like, you need one of those to ride to the stores and stuff for mommy. He was like, oh yeah. I was like, you ain't ready for that. He was like, I'm ready.
I'm ready. That's what's up right there. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
but
talking about.
go ahead, because don't use all of them. No,
Uh,
don't use all of them. Go ahead. You can use.
listen.
where's the
I
computer?
see what he got in his head. He got Roblox in his
You
head.
see, you
Should I use
look.
Hey,
You see.
look, listen, my granddaughter waiting for me to get on right now so she can go with my other granddaughter on her way over here. I gotta go get my other computer because that's all they do is sit up with one
Look,
another.
that's why I had already signed on to the laptop because I was already knowing he gonna
Right,
want the
right,
computer.
right. Yeah, them kids love that Roblox.
Go
Them
ahead.
kids love that Roblox. That's what's
It
up.
just,
That's what's up.
I listen. I spend my money on Harley. He spend his money on what he spend it on.
That's what's up right there. That's what's up right there. Them kids love that Roblox. You can't deny it.
No, but honestly, when you sit down, because I'm very anti, like as a parent, gamer, and having kids on the screen. I'm very get out and enjoy your life, read books,
Right.
all that good stuff. And but when you sit down and talk to them, and he can explain to me why it's beneficial for him, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Hey,
he tells me all the different tactics that he's thinking. He's thinking outside of the box to be able to create this and do that and do that. Should be like, I'll be like, bro, I don't even know how to do all that. Go.
hey, that's funny because my granddaughter in here, she just made 10. This little girl is so sharp. Oh my god.
I told this one, I said, honestly, you need to start editing my YouTube videos. I was like, you know.
You
He'd be
know
like,
what's
Mom, you
funny?
gotta do this, Mom, you gotta do this, you gotta make sure that you're doing a raffle so people can do this. And I'm like, can you do it for me then?
Right. That's my friend that he just called me. I gotta call him back. Crump, if you're watching the video, man, I'm gonna hit you back in a minute.
Sorry, I talk too
That's
much.
all right. That's all right. Look, he got a son. He was like, man, I don't know how to edit because I edit my videos, right? He's like, man, I don't know how to edit. But then he say, oh, I was talking to my daughters, and they say, Lil Cam, he edit all our videos. He say, I looked at him. He say, man, you know how to edit video? I
and
say,
they just
man,
be like, yeah.
yeah, like it's nothing. I mean, that's why I tell everybody these kids are so sharp nowadays. I mean, man, they 100 times smarter than where we were. You know, at
Every
that time.
generation.
At
I
that
mean,
age.
it's astronomical. However, they know more, but every generation becomes slightly a little bit more entitled.
Right.
Because I remember my generation, we was at the, still at the like, I don't really want to work. You want to take care of me. Now, you know what I mean? Like you got the ones in between. These new kids, everybody just wants to be, everybody wants to be an influencer. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what's up.
so they're like, look, y'all can pay me and do this, or it's nothing, nothing wrong, but I also still want my son to understand the, ethic, work ethic, regardless if
Yeah,
a
definitely.
content creator, whether if you're going to work, whether you're starting your own business, you have to have work ethic.
You definitely gotta. Hey, you gotta know something. I tell everybody, I know a little bit about everything. You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
like I'm talking to myself, man.
A little bit about everything. You know, I ain't scared to touch something, and if I feel like I'm gonna tear it up, I ain't gonna touch it.
It's better to know a little bit about everything than a lot about one thing.
look, look at you knew. You knew still tapped in. That's what's up. She
Right?
said
That's
some
what's up.
games
We've
have
been
a lot of
rambling.
reading to know what to do. That's true. You knew.
That is.
That's true.
That is really true. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was on that mom. I was like, oh my god, why do you want to play the game so much? Get off the game. It's gonna ruin your brain.
Right.
But now some of these games be testing their knowledge. Like some of these
really
games,
do.
they have to be able to build code. And my son's very into. He wants to be either a software, but I think it was a aerospace engineer. There you go.
Okay.
So it's right up his alley with the Minecraft and all that coding and creating their own worlds. It's right up his alley. And I had to learn that it's not all video games isn't bad, and I just had to learn as a parent, so there we go. College mom, biker chick. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning this new life, this new world, and with kids falling in love with video games. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, I ain't mad at him. I love him. I was brought up in the video game era. I tell everybody when I was 13, we was poor as I don't know what, but my partner had a Atari.
No,
and he lived across the street from the bus stop, so we would make sure we all leave and go to his house an hour before the bus came.
Before the you so damn eager to go to school today. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, and we played a video game and then get on. Hey, he lived literally 4 houses away from the bus stop, and we would run.
Last minute.
Yeah, we run just to make sure we got on the bus, but we had that good hour in, and it was cool. So I tell people now, I say, man, listen, I still play video games like I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So they be like, boy, you love that PlayStation. I be like, man, look, I stream live on that too.
Hey, no, that's a real killer. That's another avenue because my son will have all of it going on: the TV, the computer, and his tablet all at once.
Yeah.
He playing the game. He got this YouTube on that's teaching you about the game or whatever, or somebody else playing the game, and then he got his anime on the damn TV.
Yeah,
I just be like,
and I'm looking at him like, how do you concentrate on that? I play games and I can't even concentrate.
And he got it. I mean, the moment I touch one of them, he's like, hey, I'm watching that. I'm like, but I understand because when I used to read with music. I used to do my homework with music. I study with music. And that's why I think the way I am on my bike is I really love music. There's a song for everything.
Right.
There's a song that's going to get you to groove and touch and whatever.
Right.
So I understand the multitasking because I do everything with music. Everything.
Yeah, definitely. And I tell people all the time, when you out there on that bike, it ain't nothing like your bike, and your music.
Nothing like it.
I tell people often, I get lost in my bike. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand that. I say, but you get out on the highway and ride your bike. Just ride your bike.
I will tell you, you do, because do you know how many bikers have been on the side of the road because we done ran out of gas? And it's mainly simply because, I mean, some of us don't know, depending on what bike you have.
Right.
But sometimes you really don't look down at your gas tank, and then by the time you look down, you're in the middle of nowhere. Exactly. They're talking about the gas stop is like 30 miles, and you only got 10.
Right. Hey, listen, I know that all too well. I know that. Hey, listen, one time we pull out of Stockton, and we look at everybody. Hey, man, you got enough gas? They like, oh, everybody, yeah, I'm good. So we decide instead of coming Highway 4, we decide to come over 580.
Mm-hmm.
We dropping down in the Livermore. We doing about 85. And
Eating up
one of the
that
dudes just pulled to the right.
gas.
We like, man, what's up? What's wrong? He look at us. He say, man, I'm kind of embarrassed to tell y'all. We like, what? Man, I done ran out of gas. We like, man, we ought to leave you.
Listen, I've been there. I've been there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I didn't have somebody cuss. They ain't say nothing,
Right,
but I know
right.
they wanted to cuss me.
But you can see the look on their face like,
It's like,
ah,
yo, that's
this.
what you get trying to do
Yeah.
too fucking much and ride. You should have just slowed your ass down. You wouldn't have burned through that much
Right,
gas. And
right.
now I gotta go all the way. Man, it was all over their face. Like, don't you
Hey,
ever do that shit again.
it's funny. So I was just my partner. I was just telling you about that son, his son Eddie.
Uh-huh.
So we were standing at the outside at the Manning funeral, and this dude walked by. He a dragon, older cat. I forgot his name, but a real
Okay.
cool cat. So one day we ride down to Fresno, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this girl I know, she was trying to join. Well, she was a part of the first lady. She had to ride down to Fresno
Okay.
to get her patch. Uh, so I say, listen. She say, well, I don't want to ride by myself, so you ride down there with me. I say, cool. So I say, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just roll behind you, let you lead the way. She did a real good job. So we get to Los Banos. Now that's always my stop because I ain't got the 6 gallon tank. I still got the 5 gallon tank. We
Okay.
both do. So that's our first stop.
Well, yeah, that
We
six
get
gallon make a difference.
right. It do. So we riding, we chilling. Look up. One of the dragons passing us. OG dude, real cool cat. I didn't know him at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we get back, we get our gas, we get back on the highway. We doing about 100 across 152. We just getting it.
We just
We run
moving.
up on him.
People don't be understanding. Like, it really be a cruise.
Right. So we run up on him. We pass him. He get in it. We make that turn on 99. We get right there to Madera Cleveland Avenue, and
Mm-hmm.
the cat run out of gas. I say, hey man, hold on, man, hold on. Man, you knew you can't run this pig all the way from Oakland to Fresno, man, trying to do 100 miles an hour.
And ain't no way, because
Right,
I almost made it. Like, I almost made it,
right.
but
So
that was when I was riding my sister, so I wasn't doing too much.
right, so I hadn't seen him. I hadn't seen him in years. This had been about 6, 7 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I pull up. I mean, I see him at the Dragons. I say, hey man, let me holler at you real fast. So he come up. He's like, what's up, young blood? I say, hey man, you got a road king, huh? He say, yeah. He say, but I got this new thing right here too. I say, yeah, I seen you pull up on that. I say, but you got that old school road king, huh? It's about a 03, 04, 05, something like that. He say, yeah, it's 05. I say, you don't remember me, huh? He say, yeah, a little bit. Then I say, no, you don't really remember me, man. He say,
We be like,
right. He like, well, where I know you from? I say, yeah, man, you remember I had to push your bike into the gas station at Madera. He
that's
say,
be like,
man,
oh,
he's like, man, you remember that shit?
did I? Yeah,
I
because
say,
I
yeah,
asked you, you had gas.
right. I say, man, I remember it like it was yesterday. But you good dude, man. It's just meeting people out there, you know what I'm saying? Like one thing I do is like if I see somebody on the side of the road, I definitely pull over and make sure they all right. You know what I'm saying? That it, like you
Even
say,
if I'm a lady,
right,
I've done
right,
that.
right,
I've had to even escort this one dude who was stuck on the freeway. He couldn't shift his gears,
right,
so I threw my hazards lights on and just kind of guided him off the bridge. Dude was on the
right,
goddamn bridge.
right. You gotta do
But
that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta help. You gotta help. I tell people that all the time. Never leave a biker stranded. You know what I'm saying? I remember one day.
unfortunately, though, I hear of it happening a lot more. It's happened to me myself. I've been I think when I was coming back from San Diego last year for my
Uh-huh,
birthday solo, broke
uh-huh,
down in Livermore. So annoying. Like, I was damn near home.
right,
I ain't gonna lie, it was like two. I wouldn't say it was like on the set. It was nobody with a club patch on, but they
uh-huh,
just smacked on by, and it was somebody in a car that is a rider, but they were in their car that day that actually stopped.
uh-huh. And
Just
see, that's the way it should be. Like we was coming out of Arizona one time, and about 20 of the Players Club cats passed us, and we get on up the highway and we get about 8 miles away from where we seen them at, and we see one of them by itself stuck. But we got the trailer, right? So we like, hey man, if you want us to pull one of these bikes off the trailer, get you to somewhere safe, you know what I'm saying, or all the way home, let us know,
Yeah.
man. Oh no, I'm cool. But we get to the gas station, all his club brothers at the gas station. You're like, man, how you club brothers leave? I mean,
What's
literally,
going on?
you know how that highway is in Arizona. You coming out of there, ain't nothing but desert, and it's hot. I say,
You
look, man,
overheat. Look, that engine start overheating.
exactly. I say, look, man, we cool like that. You can ride in the truck or you can ride the bike. You know what I'm saying? We put your bike on the trailer just to get you. He's like, oh no. So I don't know how long he stood out there. He denied, as I say, but we looking out for you, man. We ain't.
It's gonna always, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
there's some
yes,
janked up people
yes,
out there,
yes,
but there also are some genuinely good people.
yes.
Like, I end up crazy story when I went down to AZ. I ended up meeting the Show Kings. Prior to me even knowing, I ended up seeing one of them in the gas station, and I pulled over, but he was by himself, and I was so confused. And so I walked over to him. I was like, "Hey, are you okay? Like, why you by yourself? Like, where's your pack?" He's like, "Oh no, they went ahead. It was there. It was agreed upon. Whatever. I'm not trying to tell they
Right,
whatever how they do
right,
their stuff."
right.
But I was like, "Okay, well, I'm Lala. I just wanted to make sure you was good. You didn't have no problems or nothing. Just because I seen you by yourself." And he was like, "Nah, I appreciate it. I was tired. Got me an energy drink. I'm about to catch up with them. Blah blah blah."
Right.
I get down to AZ that night. I get hit, and then guess who ends up coming to my rescue to end up helping me with my bike? Was the fucking Show Kings.
Wow.
So when I end up, mind you, they don't even know.
Right.
It's like it was crazy. So when I end up getting to like the Airbnb, and they end up helping me to go pick up the bike from the tow yard and all that stuff. I walk in, he was like, "Yo, that's the girl I was telling you about that." He was like, "I thought she was so dope. Like, she was a woman writer and just came up to me and was making sure that I was good." Like, he was like,
Exactly.
that just
Looking
shows
out.
real writer shit. And he was like, now look how stories turn. I was like, that's crazy.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up right there. And yeah, and that's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You do things
You
with your
never
heart.
know.
You do things with your heart, and look what happened.
Because he
Come
could have
right
been like,
back.
"Oh no, I seen her earlier. She ain't even checked, make sure I'm over."
Exactly. Exactly. You'd be like, man, she just looked at me like I had some shit on me. You know what I'm saying? And kept it pushing. So
Yeah, so that was dope.
I tell everybody, look, y'all just if you see somebody out there, you help them out. You know what I'm saying? Like listen, I saw a cat right here on 80 one day going. He was headed towards Vallejo. Now, I'm cool. I'm in the car, but I pull over. I say, listen, man, I live 2 exits away, man. I got a truck, ramp, all that. You need me to go get the truck. You put the bike up on the truck and get you to wherever you need to go. He like, oh no, man, I'm waiting on the tow truck. Can you believe this dude sat out there for 5 or 6 hours waiting on the tow truck? When I came back by, because I had to go out and do something, I came back by. He was sitting in the car with his girlfriend, still with the bike on his. And I was like, dude, we could have got you on up out of
I
here.
mean, look, it could have been a part of his insurance, and he wasn't trying to pay no more money out of pocket.
He didn't. My thing is, he didn't even have to pay no money. I was trying to hook him up. You know what I'm saying?
Just trying to get him off the
Just
side
get
of the
him
freeway.
off the highway. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. But nowadays it's so hard and rare to be able to find just genuine people. Like you want to not get nothing. I mean, listen. At the end of the day, people. I know for me, if I had it, and even if you said, "Hey, don't accept no money," guess what? You're probably gonna find some money sucked off on the side of your truck. As long as I got it,
Right.
But it is really good and reassuring to hear and know that there still are just good people, genuine people that just want to help.
Right. And that's and I like I said, look, if I got it, I'll give it to you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, now if he was to be like, hey man, I need a tow, you know what I'm saying? Woo, come get me, hey man, you got to put a few dollars of gas in the truck. That's why I ain't worried about no money, no profit or nothing like that. You just pay for, $10-15 gas, depending on where I'm taking you. That's all that counts. But, most people, like you say, they think you out to get some money out of them. And that ain't even what I'm about. I'm about
It's a
to
scary
help.
world.
Then let's do it. So, it's funny because I'm working on like 3 or 4 bikes now, and they all over the place. I gotta go. I gotta finish up a bike in Vallejo. I just finished up the bike in the garage, and then I got another guy I'm doing handlebars for. When he just had surgery, so I had to wait on him. and then I got one more bike to do. I got to do just the forks. And
I need
and
to
I'm
lower my Oh, well, speaking of that, you got a really good a powder coater.
So I had a really good powder coater.
Oh damn!
So there's a guy.
I need my
So
forks powder
everybody go
coated
to.
and my bars.
So everybody goes to Leon's in Oakland, right off of 50. I think they have a 50th and San Leandro. That's where
Okay.
everybody goes
Oh,
in. Right, they right on the side of the BART trails, right off of High Street. Matter of fact.
I'm gonna have to check that out. No, I think when I had got my old bike, I had got my like sissy bars and shit powder coated and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I think I was in Fairfield or something, and the dude kind of took a little long to get my shit powder coated. Like,
So was you at the dude off of in Sassoon, right off the side of the freeway? Yeah, they're true. But I had a dude. So here's the funny thing: I had a dude in Richmond. That man, this dude was cheap, super cheap. I mean, and
that's all I need. I
fast
just need my
turnaround.
forks powder
But
coated.
his funny thing, his father-in-law owned the shop, and his father-in-law came in one day and was like, "What's going on?" And he like, "Man, we getting this little stuff powder, little pieces. You know what I'm saying?" He say, "So, who told you can do that?" And that next thing you know, that was a dead deal right there. But the dude was cool. I mean, man, he was like, "Look, we already doing because most of the stuff I did was black." So he was like, "Man, this all we do is black stuff all day." You know what I'm saying? So we just throw it in the oven with the other stuff and get it out the way and send it on back to you. You get on about your business. Like, cool,
Exactly.
no problem. He was like $10 a part. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, $10 a part. Everybody else want $80, $90. You know what I'm saying? So I was with it. So hey, you got a customer for
I
life.
think what mine's is just like, because I want the forks done. It's like it gotta take the whole damn bike apart. You're like
So in your case, they don't. You got to roll. You got to what year is it?
16.
Yeah. In your case, they don't. All they got to do is y'all bikes. Believe it or not, y'all bikes is so much easier.
Yeah, the new ones are,
Oh
but I
man.
definitely tried to take my lower fairings off, but apparently that's not the way to go because the newer models it has
Oh, you got the cooler. You got the
the air
cooler in
cooler
it.
inside of
Yeah.
my
So
lower
yeah,
fairings.
yeah, yeah. And so to refill the liquid and all that stuff. Yeah. So what'd you try to take them off for?
For my photo shoot. I wanted I mean, but hey, I actually ended up forgetting to even take off my tour pack because my sister rode with me to the damn photo shoot. And I forgot to take the tour pack off. It was just a wrap. But it was my first photo shoot with Shot by R. Was epic.
Okay.
Um
Rob by Rob.
yep.
Yeah, that's
hmm
what's up. That's what's up.
And
But yeah, nah,
I had a ball.
leave your bike like it is. And hey, listen.
I mean, it's some minor things like honestly, okay. So like everyone does a smaller windshield because it gives you that sleek look, which is why I wanted the lower fairings off to give you a little slow, little sleek little thing. Hey, I appreciate you staying in.
Hey,
Look at
tapping in.
that. We've
Thank you,
been going
Lexus.
for a minute. And but I like my windshield tall, one, because when I look at it, when I'm on the road, all them bugs that be on it, I'll be like, damn, that bug could have been in my mouth or on my chest. So I like having that taller windshield. It blocks the wind really well. So it's not like I've been in a bike where you get beat up in your chest. Like
Uh-huh.
people who ride road kings with no windshield, I'm not doing it. I
Right,
like my
right,
chest. I don't need to be
right.
beat up by the time I get to my destination. But the smaller one and the dark black tint, looks better. But I ride with a mirror visor already. I ride
Mm-hmm.
through the night. I ride through so it's like although it looks cosmetically better and more badass, I'm also riding because I do long distance. I go at night.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to make it safe for myself as well.
Yes. Well, those taller windscreens do make a difference, even though I don't ride with my tall windscreen. But when I put it on there, I tell everybody, man, look behind you because you might think I'm the police.
Oh, listen, when I have my tour pack on, with the tour pack on, I have that bigger antenna.
Right.
And so where was I coming from? I was riding with somebody and it was like, yo, they thought you was the police. Oh, from Arizona. It was like they thought you was the police. It was like I was seeing all the cars slowing down. It was so funny. And I'm like, this bike is
That's
black
funny.
as hell.
Right. That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, I tell people that I say, listen, I'm like my partner, he just bought a bike. His windscreen ain't short like mine's. But I say, man, you put a short screen on there, you get beat up a lot. I say,
Yeah, like
you put that tall screen on there. Hey, I like if I go on long
You can sit up
distances,
straight, and it's like you're
right?
not worried about nothing.
Exactly.
Like,
I go
and
on
it's
them
like
long
perfect.
distance
You can
rides,
see right over it too.
right? I go on them long distance rides, put that tall windscreen on there. I'll be like, man, I don't know why I just don't keep this on.
Hey, people used to talk about my big comfy couch. You know that
Oh,
stock
yeah,
seat.
the sofa.
Listen, if they would just make that without the passenger seat being so damn big, I love my big comfy couch, especially going on long rides. I love my big comfy couch. Now don't get me wrong, I like the seat that I have now, and it's true. The big comfy couch is really thick, so you're not you're not you're not sitting. I don't know who the heck this is calling me. You're not sitting on the bike. You're sitting on the cushion. You know what I mean? Which at that point you not saying you can't control it, but you have a little bit less control.
Right,
Versus
right.
when you get to that slimmer seat, you're on the damn there on the frame. You know, it gives you that more control on the bike. And I had somebody mention that to me, and I was like, yo, that sounds kind of weird. But no, when I got that smaller, thinner seat, I feel more confident in maneuvering my bike. That's so funny.
Right.
There's that you speaking of Fremont. There's somebody calling me from Fremont. Who the hell that is?
But that's interesting. So I got a Corbin. And
Oh, you
yeah,
fancy.
so look, but listen to this though. Here's the funny part about it. So I rolled down. I said, I'm gonna give me a Corbin because I had bought a low profile from Harley.
Okay.
And it was like, man, I want a Corbin because they look so good. Man, I bought that Corbin. Listen, it was like riding on a brick though on the way home. I was like, uh-oh, I don't know if I did the right thing here.
You gotta cut, like you gotta break it in and all types of shit.
Yeah,
Listen.
but listen, once it's broke in, oh my goodness, that seat is so comfortable. It's like, go on and hit your thing if you want to. You know, ain't nobody tripping.
Listen, 15. Okay, first it was like, listen, I'm not mad at them. They doing their thing. Listen, you want to sponsor me? I would appreciate it. But first it was 1,500 for the seat.
Oh my.
Now they 2,500.
Yeah, yeah. So when I got mines, it was interesting. So when I got mines, I paid $1,100 for the because I got the 3-piece.
Okay,
Then I got the big backrest, and then I took my tour pack down and dropped it off, and they did that. So it came out to like $1,200 total for everything. But like you say now,
it went from 12 to 15 to I think just
goodness.
now I seen somebody go and get their bike done like snake venom stuff, 2,500, and I'm like,
yeah. Hey, but it's a wonderful experience if you ain't never been down there. It's a wonderful experience.
And I want to one day. But right now I graduated, but I'm still going back to my PhD. And y'all, let me tell you, school is highway robbery, but I have to do it in order to do what I want to do. If I could do what I wanted to do without an education, I would do it. But they changed it. So in order for me to fix, people and be able to fix my community, bikers as well, I got to go to school. I got to get my PhD.
Right. Listen, I got Grandma Faye on here. She talk a gang of smack. She came up in my chat last week and just chat jacked me. I was like, she talks so much smack. But hey, Grandma Faye, thank you for tapping in. I met her also on Swoop's channel. Listen, Grandma Faye. I'm gonna put biker mom. College Mom Biker Chick's channel up so you can subscribe to her. Check her out. You know what I'm saying?
Check me out. And I'm definitely, since school's ended, I've been posting a lot more on YouTube, but Instagram has definitely been my go-to. It's all the same. College Mom Biker Chick. If y'all see anybody else without this face, it's a lie.
Right.
That's me. It ain't trademarked, but it is.
Right. There you go. Now,
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. Yeah, they good people. They all know about the bikes because they tap in on Swoop like me, And she like I say, she's a road queen. She out of LA chapter. And,
nice.
Yeah, she's fun. She's got a fun channel too. You might want to just once you find out about it, tap in on her channel. She does Wednesdays, Thursdays, and I think Saturday nights.
Wednesday, Thursday.
So yeah.
I'm getting so many of these notifications. I'm like, I've been chatting so much, I ain't even check out the notifications.
Right. Hey, stick Swoop Like Me's channel in there in chat so I can give it to College Mom.
I appreciate it because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
look
yeah. Check
adding
them
it
out.
right now.
They fun peoples. They fun peoples. But yeah, so yeah, that's it. That's it. Well, look, I want to thank you for letting me have a little bit of your time this Friday evening.
Oh
And
man, nothing wrong. Look, I've been trying to behave. I was like, I don't know if you know. Smoke on the game, on the
that's what you
screen.
can.
I'm
Hey,
talking about,
listen,
but
I
it's
just said if you
Friday,
want,
yo, it's
if you
Friday.
want to hit it, go and hit it. 'Cause hey, that's what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna get my butt off and watch the rest of this basketball game because I want to see who the Warriors gonna play.
Oh, I was gonna say, wait, I thought that. Oh yeah, no, they got the other half. Yep, you're
And
right.
listen, everybody out there who listening, thank y'all for watching. I want y'all to once again meet College Mom Biker Chick. She has a great story. She's just it's not just a name, it's a brand, y'all.
It's a name, it's a brand, it's who I am, it's what we doing.
Yes.
It
Y'all check
is.
out. She got a good channel. Good channel. And
And a huge shout out to you. Like you just even reaching out, having me on your channel. Like I said, I don't care if 2 people watch this. It's 2
listen,
people. And I got to have another experience to where I can meet another biker who understands, when I say, man, when I'm out there, you already know.
you
You ain't even
already
gotta
know.
finish the
But the
sentence.
funny thing is I invite a lot of people on my channel. Nobody obliged. They like I'm like, hey, listen, you already on YouTube. What you scared of? You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, listen, you in your living room, I'm in mine. Or wherever you at. I'm in the
Exactly.
room.
We're gonna make it work.
Hey, let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? But this has been an episode of Freestyle Fridays featuring College Mom Biker Chick on the Big Rooster Show. Hey, let's give a shout out to what's his name, Lexus, because he was in with us. Let's give a shout out to Lexus. Let's give a shout out to Yunu. She stayed with us the whole time, even though I think she
The
said
internet was being rude.
one time her internet went out. I think she was on her next door neighbor's network right then. You know what I'm
Hey, we all
saying?
trying to save a bucket too.
Right. Hey, Tony Bishop, man, thank you for tapping in. Let's see, CEU 143. Thank you for tapping in. Let's see who else was on there. Tito Mons vlog. Thank you for tapping in. That's my
Yep.
buddies from OFW. OFW Jada, thank you for tapping in.
Oh, this is how I
Uh,
have to chat up.
Man, we got a lot of people that tapped in today.
See, I don't even know how to work all this stuff yet.
Yeah. So this right here, this app that I use is called Melon. It's free. If you don't want to, have a lot of guests on the show.
Okay.
I use it. I prefer it because it's cheaper than StreamYard.
Okay.
So we could have up to 12 people in here. We can stream to as many platforms as we want to.
Oh wow,
Also,
that's cool.
yeah. Thanks for everybody who watched on Twitch tonight and everybody who tapped in on Facebook. I appreciate y'all. Can't forget about y'all. I wish my Facebook group would come in. I got. It's funny as I tell everybody this. I can get a 1,000 friends on Facebook, but I can't get 2 on YouTube.
Man, listen, that's how I be feeling on Instagram. I'm like, I got like
Right,
3,000. I got within the past, I don't know, it's just been jumping like at least 1,500. I barely got
right.
300 on YouTube.
Right,
Hey,
right,
slow
right.
growth is all
Hey,
right.
no, but it's gonna come. Listen. Your story is getting out there. You didn't did some big name interviews. I know there's plenty more people that's gonna watch your channel.
Oh
And
yeah, it's just the beginning,
yeah,
and
yeah,
honestly, I feel
definitely.
like my Instagram was slow paced as well. It's just now I'm posting more and a more variety of different things. So I think it's all about everyone says staying consistent, and just not even finding your lane because you can be all up in between the lanes. Like now at this point,
Exactly.
I'm not even gonna kid you not. I'm never thought about being a model, but I'm about ready to be a goddamn motorcycle model.
Hey,
Listen.
that's
You want to pay me to take pictures next to this motorcycle? Cheese.
there you go right there. Hey, get it how you get it. You know what I'm saying? Get it how you get it. Hey, I did tell everybody to connect. We put our channel up and all that stuff. And
You did. Oh, and are you able? Is this just going to stay alive, or are you able? Are this kind of like alive? You can post to your page later.
so this is live, but it's gonna post once we finish.
Are you able to send me the link, and then I can
Yeah,
also post it too?
definitely,
Cool.
definitely. I'll definitely. Well, when me and you go off, I'll send you the link to it, so you can actually share it or whatever you want to do with it. put it on your Facebook and all that stuff. So me and you will
Hey,
still be on.
yeah.
Yeah, once me and you will still be on once we hit the end.
Okay.
And we'll do it from there. So that way we don't have everybody be like, oh, she's rude. Like you said, some weirdos out there. There's definitely some weirdos out there. But yeah. So with that being said, y'all, we're gonna end the show. Everybody give a shout out to College Mom Biker Chick. We're gonna give her a clap on there, you know what I'm saying? And stay there with me, College Mom, and we're gonna end the stream. Hey, y'all know how I do it. God love you, I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Peace. I'm out.